Marty's taken care of. Here. Hey, good morning, Brian Smotnick, Katie Badger, and No Rizzy Chris. 1, 2, 3. Brian 1, Katie number 2, No Rizzy Chris number 3. And I'm preparing TikTok right now and also YouTube to come on in. There is Scarlet B and Slayer Brooks. And let's see, there's a go live there for TikTok. That All right, we should have TikTok up, and we should have Twitch up, and I'm just trying to get YouTube in here now. We'll give that a minute to get going, and then we'll be up and running. I am going to head back to camp. I'm just riding around that old telephone pole. Just for the fun of it. Jay Shredder is here. Buckshot 420 is here. Good morning to you all. I'm going to hit this wilderness camp and see if I can get right on back. Fast travel. And camp. And you can hear the ladies off in the background there. They're trying to get at it. They're trying to go at it. They're going to be back there fighting it out. You know, cat fight, don't you know? Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, they better not be around Scarlet B. She'll lay them both down. You know, she'll spank them. She'll spank them good. All right, let me see if I can get on over there to the YouTube section and see what happens to that now. And let's see. Should be able to hit a refresh. And my live, there we go. All right, well, let's just see what it does from here. What if I don't want to? All right, I want to. All right, that should work. That should work pretty good right there. Cody, good morning. Good morning. I'm going to get this tablet in front of me. We got a lot going on today. Today's a Sunday. And let's see. There we are right there. Good morning to everybody. Yes, sir. It's a Sunday morning, and we've got two, count them, 1, 2 endurance races going on today. We're going to see just how well Scarlet B can handle the map today in her endurance race. From St. Denis to Tumbleweed to Armadillo to McFarland's Ranch, to the Blackwater Stables, to the Valentine Stables, to Barrow Lagoon, and finally to Adler Ranch. That's going to be an interesting one. And then, once she's all done, then Jay Shredder's going to be coming in, and he's going to be following suit. So, the time to beat is, right now, was established yesterday, and it was established by Brian Smotnick, who had an extremely smooth and very uncomplicated run. And that extremely smooth, uncomplicated run was just magnificent to the point whereby he turned in a 40:07:81. 40 minutes, 7.81 seconds. And that's what it was. So that is the time to beat today. And I think that it's probably beatable, but it's not going to be beatable by a great deal. But even 1 second will make the difference between winning this thing or not winning it. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to have to pay attention to see exactly what's going on. And that's going to be cool. So I see that's you over there, right, Chris? Over on YouTube? Yeah, cool. I just need to get an idea of what the screen looks like when certain people pop in. And I see Katie over there. So, good morning. Yeah. So I still need to work on getting Katie a moderator over there. Let's see. Oh, add as moderator. Boom, right there. Let me see if that worked for you, Katie. Managing moderator standard. Yeah, you could be a managing moderator. That's what I'll do. Katie Harris is now managing moderator from this channel as well. So I'll tell you what, Katie Badger McKean, she has a hat of many colors. She's a moderator over here on Twitch. She's a moderator on TikTok. She's a moderator on YouTube, and she's she's the controlling force over there on the Discord because she knows it. I mean, look, you have to take advantage of people's skills as best you can. There's no point in me having her wash floors if she's capable of doing computer work. And if she's not capable of doing computer work, well, then what the hell? I'll have her come in and wash my windows. Right, Katie? We talked about that window washing at one point. But there you go. So I just want to see what Katie looks like now once she's in and see what the little logo looks like. All right, it looks like, let me just push on that again and see what pops up. Let's see. Remove his, all right, cool. All right, Katie. There we go. We got that taken care of. And now, listen, I happen to have No Rizzy Chris with me starting out this morning. And we come in this morning to make sure that we had a private lobby so that everybody is working under the same parameters during this race. We don't want any interference from outside sources. And the only way to keep that from happening is to get ourselves a private channel. And we had to do that this morning. Now, I didn't get the private channel under the same circumstances as I usually do every morning. Chris and I was able to make one up, but not without a little bit of difficulty. We had to figure out just one or two adjustments before we were able to get in there and get her done. But we do have it done. We stood strong. We stood cowboy strong, and we got it done. Yes, sir. That's what we did. All right. So, listen, we've got two of them to do today. Each one of them is going to take, well, we know it's going to take at least 40 minutes. So, two of them, that's 80 minutes. That's an hour and a half, plus whatever goes on in between to get it upright and going. And I had always hoped that everybody would start at the same time of the day, their quest to get from point A to finally up there at Adler Ranch to be able to end their race, their enduro race. It may not work that way today. We may have to start at different hours, but it doesn't matter because it's the time that it takes to go from point A to point Z in this case. And what we're actually looking for is we know that we're going to be running approximately a 24-hour period of time within this race based upon the time that we have available to us in race, the way that it's all scaled down into a 24-hour period of time within the game. So it matters not, I suppose, but I would like to be able to do that if it's at all possible. So there you have it. So you're going to see, getting back to Katie Badger McKean, you're going to see her, first you'll see her on Twitch, then you'll see her on TikTok, then you'll see her on YouTube, then she'll be back and forth, and then she'll light up this screen, and she'll light up that screen, and the next thing you know, you find her over there on Discord, and then who knows where else you'll find her. She's going to be all around, so make sure that you're real careful, because I'll tell you what, she'll be those prying eyes. She'll be watching, she'll be looking, she'll be checking you out. She's going to find out if you're naughty or nice. Yes, sir. That's what's going to happen. Ivy's over there on TikTok. And let's see, Lewis. All right. Chris is out there running around someplace. I thought I just heard a pheasant. Did I hear some? I heard some pheasant down here in the bush. I thought. There they go. I knew I heard them. Boom. Got them. That's all there is? You don't have somebody with you? There's no mate? Just one little stinking pheasant? Well, I'll tell you what, one little pheasant is better than no pheasant, because this little pheasant's going to give me 1 cube of fat, and that 1 cube of fat may actually be the lifesaver at some point and could change everything. You never know. You never know. That's all there is to it. All right, so we need to get Scarlett. Are you about ready to come in and make this all happen? Let's see if Scarlett is ready to come in and make it all happen. Tyler Doherty over there. Old school Gwat. Look at that. Alan Jacob is with us. Yeah. All right. Good morning, Warren and chat. Blas Gordon. Good morning. Blas Gordon's here from North Carolina. Good morning to you, sir. Let's see. Scarlett, come in. I'm ready. I'm in. Ready is another question. Says she. Okay. Let's take it on over here. Okay, we've got Scarlett coming in. I'm on all three now. More computers. All right, Al. Listen, I love it. I love it. What can I tell you? Now, listen, over there on YouTube, in order to get monetized over that way, we have the proper number of subscribers. That's great. Now, all we need to do is get the hours in, and those hours will start building as much as possible. So anybody that can get on over there to YouTube and watch some of those videos, or at least turn them on and walk away and go do something, and when it's all said and done, there'll be some time that will be applied to this certain category, and eventually I'll get to the number of hours that's needed to be watched by others before I can actually be monetized. So anytime that you can help out in that respect, certainly appreciate that. So, and look at that! All right, let's see. Where else are we going here? We're just waiting for Scarlett to come in. All right, look at that. She thinks she's sneaking up on me. I'll tell you what. I know that little sneaky girl. Yes, I do. Yeah, there she is right there. All right, she tries sneaking up on me all the time. But, listen, she came right into the posse, so that's cool. Now, let's make sure that we've got her into the party chat.
I'm here.
There she is, right there. Okay, look at that. She wouldn't even talk to me when she first came in. She was trying to be, real stealth-like and sneak up on me and, scare me. She might have been able to do that had I not kept an eye on that mini-map all the time. I'm always looking at that mini-map. Even if I was in this private lobby and I was all by myself and there was nobody to worry about, I'd still be watching that mini-map.
Yeah, that's called PTSD.
That's right. That's what I've got. I got PTSD. Crazy Bosley, I tip my hat to you too, sir. Thank you so much for being here. All right. Is there anything that you need to do here in camp in the way of maybe tonics or minty big game or anything like that?
No, I was just rereading which spots I need to care for my horse. That's all. That's just so I could remember.
Okay, well, I'll help you and guide you along the way as we approach these different stops, just to give you a reminder. The only thing that I want to remind everybody about is that when you do stop and have to service your horse, you must brush it, you must feed it, you must pet it. Then you need to take the rein and you need to lead the horse. Once I see you reach for that rein to lead the horse, I'll give you a 5 count. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. The moment I say 5, you go. You're gone and you're off and running. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change horses this morning because I thought that I was a little bit behind on everything yesterday. So I'm going to make sure that I have got the horse that I would really like to have. And so let's own horses right here. Well, I do have the horse. Okay, I must have changed it out yesterday in thinking about all of this. So let's go to Saint Denis.
Okay.
All right, Saint Denis. And as they say on TV with the new TV show, it's Saint Denis.
Is that the new
the new
tomato?
Yeah, tomato. Right, Morgie? It's melee. It's not melee. The hell, there ain't no A there. Not in the first part or the second part. All right, so what we're going to do, Scarlett, we're going to start from over here in front of the post office where the clerk is that is facing the street right over this way here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get my wheel in place. I'm going to make sure that I'm ready because I have to be ready. I don't want to crash out and then, constantly be chasing until Scarlett would get to a point whereby she had to take care of her horse, and then maybe I could catch up with her. But I'd like that not to happen. I'd like to be able to be right there on her 6 the entire time. So I've got my horse, and I've got all of my tonics, and we're going to just take a look and see what time it is. You know what I want to do here, folks, just for a second? I need to be able to clean these glasses so that I can see something. So if you forgive me for just a minute, I need to make sure that the peepers are able to see. You know, they're just fixing up that right eye, and it's starting to work halfway decent. So it might be nice to help it along.
And you didn't get your shot?
I didn't need one this time. They said that the healing was doing so well that they didn't want to upset anything. They just want to let it keep going. So I'll go another 2 months before I go back in and have it looked at. If it's not good, I get another jab in the eye. And if it's good, we just keep on going. And then instead of a 2-month period, I'll go out maybe 4 months or so before they look at it again. So
Good.
that's working well. So let's see, what did I want to do? I wanted to look and I wanted to see what kind of time we're at in-game. And we are at 2:03 p.m. That's where we're at. And I want to write down for Scarlett here. All right, I've got that ready. And we're at, we're going to say that we're at 17 minutes inside the game. And we're going to be going from there. All right, Scarlett, when you're ready, I'll give you the countdown, and we'll be off with this.
Sure, let's just go.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, now what you're finding is that Scarlett is on foot. She's looking for a cart. And look at that. I'll tell you what, that guy damn near drove up to her and said, here, take mine. Oh, no. Take a piece of that. Oh, my goodness, did you see that? She gets into the cart owner pulled his gun, shot her in the back of the head, and down she goes. Now she's got to take and respawn. She's going to respawn and come right back and grab one of these carts here, killing both of these people to make sure that she can get safe passage out of town. She goes, she throws them out of the cart. She takes that cart. She goes, she's off, she's running. Look at him, he pulls his gun again, and he fires at her. He misses. She's off, and she's running down the tracks right now. She's off and running, she's gone. Now, although that was a little bit of a tough time, and it was a tough start, it didn't take a whole lot of time for her to get back on track. That should be time that's easily made up, is my guess. Now, you never know, because I'll tell you what, the fact of the matter is yesterday, Brian Smotnick had such a clean run. He had a few baubles here and a few baubles there, but they were minor baubles, a second or two, a second or 4, something like that, and it can be overcome. Not a problem. It can be overcome based upon the way that Scarlett runs this race. Now, she has already planned this race out, so she knows exactly what she's doing. She knows exactly where she's going, and you can see that she's going to take and throw caution to the wind, and she's going to go in her own direction, and she's going to run the risk. Now, as they say, no risk, no gain, and that's exactly what she's doing right now. So she's off. You can see she's just letting it happen with this cart. She's running right down these railroad tracks, and you can see right there, she's just letting that horse have it. And it almost looks like from here, and I can't tell for sure, it almost looks like that horse is sweat up already. And,
Probably.
and let's take a look. Do we see any sweat? No sweat on that horse just yet.
Doing good? Okay.
All right, so that horse is comfortable at this point. And across this little area goes Scarlett. She's been able to negotiate this little trestle area, this little bridge area for the train. You can see that, you know, she's really laying it down on this horse. And this horse is, her horse is keeping up, I guess. It's hard telling whether or not there are certain factors that slow down a cart. It seems like when she's running both of those rails on this railway that the cart seems to be a little bit slower at that time. Here comes a train. Oh my goodness, right here in Rhodes, here comes that train. Scarlett's going to try and dodge that train, but if that train hits her, she's going to be history for a moment. Yee-haw! All right, down the side of the train we go. And back onto the tracks goes Scarlett, and she's off and running once again. Now, is Scarlett going to take and run these tracks all the way down through Bard's Crossing and further down through? Because I'll tell you what, some of these trestles can be extremely dangerous, and you have to be right on your game in order to get across some of these. So what we're going to do is we're going to just pull up alongside with a smile on our face, and maybe, who knows, maybe a giggle waiting to be used. I don't know.
It could happen, man.
It could happen. She's across one right outside of Rhodes, and here comes another she's able to get through, and she's going for it for sure. And I'll tell you what, she's a cunning little thing, don't you know? She's got this all planned out. She's got this all worked out. I'm sure she, just worked on it in her sleep last night.
Yes.
And I'm sure she see it in her mind, in her mind's eye. Now, I can tell you that, back when I was into construction and I was actually working, invariably would come across a problem that was not easy to solve. And sometimes I'd just walk away from it and say, well, I'll think on it through the night. And before you know it, I would actually come up with the answer to the problem sleeping, as I was thinking about it in my sleep. It's magnificent how that works. Maybe I need to be asleep more. I don't know.
I think there was a collectible back there, Cowboy.
Yeah, well, he can stay back there. I'm going to watch and see what the hell's going to happen to you.
Yeah, it's going to get a little hairy up here.
It is going to get hairy
about
because
here.
Now it's going to get really narrow. Now it's going to be really narrow. We're right behind her. She best pay her attention to what she's doing. All right, she got across that first one. There's going to be others. Going to be others. Here's another one that's going to be tough. A little bit of a turn in it, and she made it across that one fine. One more. She's across. Another one. She's across. Another one. Here comes another one. And another one. And as we get oh, look at that. See? Well, I'll tell you what. You see, look, I couldn't even get my damn horse to go across it properly. All right, we'll catch up with her. She's still really pumping this out. She's running across these little trestles quite well. And as they say, and another one bit to dust, and another one bit to dust. And here comes a train. We can hear that train coming into Flatneck Station. And you can see it's kind of hazy out. Kind of hazy out it is. Yes, sir? Uh-oh. All right. It's 5:23 p.m. And that train approached Flatneck Station just as Scarlett B was approaching Flatneck Station. She had to get off the track, and she's going to go right back on the track. She's looking to get across Bard's Crossing down here. And I think she's in really good shape because the fact of the matter is she knows where the train is. That train is behind her now. It's not going to be in front of her.
Oh, good, because I can't see nothing.
And yeah, it is a little bit
I see you
hazy
two
out.
going across the bridge right now.
Oh, do you? Oh, I
Yeah.
see your little dot. Hey, Grace.
Hey, Chris. All right, Bard's Crossing. Here we are. We're almost completely through Bard's Crossing. And there it is. Bard's Crossing is completed. And she's ready to cross the Upper Montana. The Upper Montana is just off to our left. Oh, look at this. This is a little bit of a surprise. Okay. All right, that was just a little bit of a surprise right there. And the fact of the matter is Scarlett has straightened the line out, which shortened the distance. You know, any little bit of bushwhacking that you can do is going to be great. It's raining out now. That's going to affect possibly the horse, the wagon, the cart, and it's definitely going to affect the mood in which Scarlett B is driving this cart. You know, nobody likes to be wet clean through.
You're lucky I have a cold, man. Like, tossing those softballs up.
All right, and we're headed down the hill, and we're going to be crossing the upper Montana here in just moments. And across the upper Montana she goes. And some more bushwhacking. A little bit of bushwhacking going on right here.
It's definitely way better in a private lobby, I have to say.
Well, it should be. I mean, it's going to make it a little bit easier. We're not going to have potential issues. Although I got to tell you that No Rizzy Chris, he certainly had his issues on his run.
Yeah, but he was the first time. The first one is always the roughest.
That's right. That's right. That's exactly right. And you can see Scarlett, she's holding to the road right down there. But I know that she's going bushwhacking right here. You can see it right here. She's off. She's bushwhacking. She's not going to let any of the boys, put a leg up on her. I can tell you that right now. She goes for it all the time. She's always 100% in. Yee-haw, Scarlett! With that horse.
My thumb is already tired.
And we've crossed the Great Plains. There's another little bit of bushwhacking right there that Scarlett is pulling off. It went smooth. Scarlett got just immediately got a very bad start. Luckily, it was only probably maybe 10 seconds worth of bad start. It could be as much as 15 seconds, but certainly no more than that. And right now she's come back and she's running strong. Since then, I think that she's made up that time with all of the bushwhacking that she's been doing, and particularly running down the railroad tracks. She had enough sense to make it as short and as straight as possible, run the risk. Listen, nothing ventured, nothing gained. You're either a hero or a zero. In this case, she winds up being a hero, getting down those tracks and getting out here into the Great Plains, crossing the Great Plains, crossing the lower Montana now, and heading up into Hennigansteed. And Hennigansteed, this is a good area for some bushwhacking. You can see the sweat on that horse. Not as bad as I've seen it in the past with some horses. I don't know whether it makes a difference as to which horse that you happen to gather with your cart, but this horse seems to be pacing it out pretty well. And we've got the evening hours that are near upon us. Now, this is a little bit of a surprise for me. And let's see. There goes Scarlett right there. And now, okay. Oh my goodness, I was trying to figure out what in the world is she doing over this way. Oh, I thought she was going to do one thing and she done another. She's tricky. She's tricky. You got to keep your eye on this woman. All right, she happened to circumvent. Whoa, where is this is interesting. This is a different way, I'll tell you. She's going to go down through Pike's Bacon. Damn near went over the edge there myself.
Oh, shit.
All right, just run on through. She did. She ran on through what potentially could be a problem area. The guy just looked, at her as she went by and said, "What the hell are you doing here?" Well, she was gone. She couldn't even answer. She couldn't even throw an answer into the wind for him to try to decipher. Oh my goodness, now we got some bad guys that are coming down through. They're going to be chasing. They're shooting. Now, let's see. Is Scarlet going to be able to get away from them? Now you got one guy that's, oh my goodness, the bullets are flying through by my head. All right, they're shooting at me, my goodness. What are they doing? I'm going to have to shoot back here, for goodness sake. Well, it looks like I might have gotten away from them a little bit. They're still shooting. We'll come out this way, see if they follow Scarlet, or whether they follow me. They're following Scarlet. They're still shooting. I really don't want to get into the middle of that, but who knows? They could chase us all the way to Tumbleweed and back. You never know. Maybe
They
Scarlet
might.
will be able
Look
to
at 'em.
pull them away. Yeah, we're going to see what happens. And I'm just going to take a little bit of tonic. I don't want a stray bullet to hit me in the head and change my ability to be able to follow this crazy woman down through Armadillo, right through the middle of town. One outlaw still chasing her. All right, look at that. She took and decided to pop one of those guys. She's got some more that are shooting at her. And she nailed that guy too. All right, she's running free and clear at this point. Let's see if we can catch up just a little bit here. Now, what's going to happen is you're seeing that the evening hours have actually enveloped us, and what will happen is this time will actually tick off, and we'll be back into daylight as soon as possible. And that cart is just, oh my God, Scarlet.
Is it full of holes?
Stop, 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 stop.
Why? What happened?
I didn't start the timer.
Stop your face.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Oh, my word. I looked down to see what kind of time you were running. And I hadn't started the timer. Oh, God dang it! Oh, I'll tell you what. Oh, my word. My word, my word.
You're fired.
I'm fired. I'll tell you what. Does that sound like a phrase that we've heard before? Oh, my word. Well, I'll tell you what. Scarlet, how'd you like that for a test?
Well, you know what? It's a nice little warm up.
Well, I'll tell you what. Oh, Scarlet, you know, I was having problems with YouTube here this morning. I had the role player come in, and, you know, everything gets discombobulated, and that's no excuse, but nonetheless, I didn't start the timer. My bad. So, I guess it's time for us to go back to Saint Denis. Well, I'll tell you what, folks, that gives us a little bit of something to look forward to, right? You've seen what she potentially can do.
Oh,
Now,
man.
what's going to happen now? Damn it.
Well, the little carts won't be out at night.
Well, that's true. So I'm going to head back to Saint Denis. We're going to see just what time it is, and that's precisely why I started these others at 6 o'clock in the morning. And so there you have it. What we'll do is, based upon the time, we'll see what time it is, or we'll potentially restart this at 6 o'clock in the morning. And let's see what time it is now. It's raining pretty heavy right here in Saint Denis right now, and it's 11:02 p.m. So it's going to be a few minutes before we can get going. And the reason being is because, you know, everybody, they've put their horses away, they've put their carts away, you know, they're probably in reading some book, you know, maybe Mark Twain or something like that. Maybe they're reading the newspaper. Who knows what they're doing, but they're not out on the streets, and therefore there are no carts, and that is a handicap. That's an unjust handicap. Starting in the middle of the evening or early in the morning. So we'll just have to wait until the sun rises in order to be able to get her going once again. So what I'll do in the meantime is I'm going to just kind of look at this start time that I put down for Scarlet Bee, and I'm going to readjust it because I want to be able to do this fairly. Hey, listen, folks, what can I tell you? You know, I can't tell you. That's all there is to it. I can't tell you. It was just a colossal screw up on my part. So my apologies to you, and you, and you too.
I thought maybe my Waken
right.
was broken on your screen or something. I was like, what? What's that?
You know, it's funny because I thought to myself, she's doing some pretty good time. I'll take and oh look, there's a cart right there. So that guy is out late or up early. I don't know which. But nonetheless, we'll wait for that time to pass by. She might strangle me, Jerry. But here's the deal. It truly was my fault, and it's not Scarlet's fault in any way, shape, or manner. So we certainly need to get her back in and running and get it taken care of, and in all fairness to her. And maybe she'll have a better start. Maybe she'll have a worse start. Just the way that things go. But at least we're all starting back at, on an even playing field. We're all starting right back at the beginning. Go from there. So, how do you like that one? How do you like that one? I didn't. So I'll tell you what. Oh, I say the same thing. I'm shaking my head at myself. I'm pointing my finger
Right,
at
Chris?
myself. I'm berating myself right now. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh.
You can go ahead and lasso me, tie me up, hog tie me, kick me in the butt, whatever. I deserve it. Scarlet got ripped. Yes, she did. Oh, well, I developed right how good she was doing. You forgot to start the timer. Well, listen, usually on the countdown, the moment that I say go, I just reach over and start the timer. I didn't even have the timer in place. I didn't even have the damn timer in place. So, oh well.
It's okay. I needed to pick mint anyway.
Yeah, listen, you've got time to go grab a coffee, Scarlet.
I know I need to do that. And some cold medicine.
All right, so you go do that. Is that what you're on, cold medicine? You sound like you're a little stuffy in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's probably going to wish I was dead by the
No.
time this is over. To have to go through this, my character. By the time we go through this, start all over again.
It's
But
all
listen,
good. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. Well, listen. No, I do the best that I can. I'm an old guy, don't you know? I mean, listen, they had to drag me back from the end of the driveway, waving at people as they were going by yesterday.
That's because you
And,
were probably naked. Can't be waving at people
Well-
on the road naked.
Naked? Well, I'll tell you, I was close to it, if not. Yep, sometimes I show up in my bedroom with just my boots and my hat on.
For traction.
And when I do that, I tell you what, even in the dark, I see a big smile, come across. No, but let's not go there. All right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's everybody, we got just a moment to go. Let's see what time it is here in the game. It is 1:15 a.m. I'm going to take just a minute to stretch my legs, probably clear my head so that I, can pay attention to what's going on. Grab myself something to drink. You two should grab a coffee, tea, breakfast sandwich, whatever it happens to be. I'll be back in about 1 minute.
Good job, Scarlet.
Hello, sir.
Okay, I'm back. Now, I just checked in on Lace, and Lace wanted me to let you know that it was all her fault. You know, that's the kind of woman I've got. She's willing to take the responsibility. She wanted to let you know that it was all her fault that she wore me out last night. Now, you can take that however you want. What she really meant was, you know, doing the cooking dinner, doing the dishes, you know, that type of thing, playing the game, getting ready for the game, that type of wear out. Now, I know that your mind went off in another direction, and that's on you. But I do have the timer up. Look at this. Look at this. It's all ready to start right there. It's all ready to start. I've got it ready. Oh, I know. I see that. Well, look at that. We get the exciting part all over again.
Yeah, whether or not I get shot.
we get to see whether Scarlett can get across all of those little train trestles and bridges, you know, clean again.
Oof. Yeah, that might be. We'll see.
All right, what I'm even going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make sure that my horse is jacked up a little bit. Scarlett. What can I say, Scarlett? You know, I apologize. I'm just a man. That's after all. You know, you go ahead. You can make fun of me, berate me all you want. I understand. I deserve it. I deserve it. In fact, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'll give you the clap on that one.
Dang it. Nope.
Oh, look, there's a car.
Oh, yeah. Look at
3,
him watching
2, 1. You want to go?
Yep,
Go.
go. Okay. Come here, give me your cart.
All right, the time has started. She's on the cart.
Did you start the time?
I started the timer. Not only that, as I ran the guy over.
Good.
All right, so we're off and running. The time has started. We can go ahead and get this done and gone. She might have had just a little bit of an advantage right there, not a whole lot. So we'll just run it off and see where it comes and where it goes from there. All right, we're headed in approximately the same direction.
Now I got it. Now I can't see.
Well, morning is coming. Morning is coming. You can see morning nigh upon us.
Hopefully it's morning by the little trestles because the shit gets hairy.
Exactly. Now, it's kind of interesting. We've got morning upon us. It's a little bit cloudy. You can see the light on the coach, on the little cart that Scarlett is riding.
Look at that.
So it's giving her some light.
I didn't even notice that until you said something.
It was those lights that caused No Rizzy Chris some serious trouble the other morning when one of the lawmen shot at his wagon, hit one of those lanterns, caught the wagon on fire, the little cart on fire, and I had to check up there a little bit. I thought I was going to go off this bridge here. My controller is still crazy. It overcorrects like a son of a gun. And I did find last night where I could go in and I could calibrate it. But calibrating it is a job, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, because you got to move the
You have to calibrate the thumbstick, and the left one, and then the right one, and then the left trigger, and then the right trigger. And the way that they have you calibrate it, it's really, really tough. So I could tell that my calibration didn't work so well based upon the way the horse is responding.
I can't remember.
All right, no train at Rhodes today, at least on this run. And I'll keep you abreast of the time as we go along. This almost seems to be a boring start.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
That's good for you, though, Scarlett. That's good for you. I mean, everything went, smooth. There's no trains that you've come across as yet. There's no wolves. There's no bad guys. We'll see how it goes as we move further down the trail. But so far, so good. And Scarlett's negotiating all of these little trestles real easily.
This part's harder to see past. The one with the little back thing.
Canopy.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm like, that word.
All right, now these trestles are going to start getting a little narrower. And you're not going to have those bump rails off to the side. You see how wide that particular one was. Now watch how they get narrower as we move along. All right, she made a big bump across there. There's a coyote running alongside her. Oh, decided it was out of there. All right, now if you notice, there's no bumpers off to the side here. So she has, if she makes the wrong move, she's going over the edge.
Like that. Don't do that.
All right, here's another one. All right, now, and that little old cart wobbling back and forth as she tries to get those cartwheels over the tracks. Sometimes they can they can throw you in one direction or another, and it might throw her right off course. So far, so good. She's holding her own with these little trestles, these little bridges that she needs to cross. And we're beginning to head towards Flatneck Station.
Oh my god.
Look at
Stressful.
All right, yeah, that was a good crossing. She's made it past all of the non-guarded little trestles, little bridges. She's approaching barge crossing. There'll at least be some rails there to keep her from going over the edge. No train here at Flatneck Station. Now that means, is she willing to take the risk to get across barge crossing? Because after all, there could be a train right there at Riggs Station. And if there is, she could be in deep doo-doo. Now, I'll tell you what. She's got the gonads. She's going for it. All right, I'm going to see if I can ride ahead a little bit. See if there's a train coming. If I can get by her, maybe I can't even get by her. Nope, not going to let
There
me
you
get
go.
by her.
There, how about now?
Nope, it won't let me go by you. I'll just pull back. I don't want to crowd you at all. I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you, she's been very fortunate. No train at Riggs Station. No train there, so she's had it pretty smooth here so far. All right, she's taking the same path. And she's going to go hit the trail again here. She's going to cross the upper Montana here in just a moment. She'll initially cross it on a bridge. And look, there's no wagon here. Yesterday we had wagons on the bridge here that was causing some disruption. There is there's a wagon right there. There's a covered wagon. She's going to be able to get around that. Is that covered wagon going to block her entry to the road going down over the hill and across the upper Montana? Now she's actually going to hit H2O down here. All right, she's into the water. And now she's up into the Great Plains. A pretty uneventful run at this point.
Sorry. I'll try to
you
make
can
it
see
more
it.
exciting. Probably pretty boring to watch.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's gonna get interesting. I promise you, it's gonna get interesting. All right, here's Broken Tree right there on our left. She's back on trail. She's gonna head right on. Look at that. She didn't spend but maybe 100 yards on trail, and now she's back off trail.
I wonder if, like, really stay on trail more smoother for you, really.
It doesn't matter to me. This is part of the excitement of it all. And as you can see, this is a different horse on this particular cart. It's a completely different horse. I can't quite tell when this one is sweating, just based upon its coloring. A little bouncy, but nothing serious. There's a rider in the road. Yee-haw! She took a little air there. And I'll tell you what, that left wheel doesn't look all that healthy. It looks kind of funky.
Oh, I'm
Maybe
sure.
it's just the way that it was hitting the dust and the dirt and the foliage that was growing in the middle of the road. How's she going to hit this water? This is the lower Montana, and look at this. There's a couple of riders right there as she comes out of the water. She's able to get by them uneventful. All right, we're back at the Hennigan Steed. A little bit of bushwhacking there.
Yeah. 40 minutes is a crazy time. Uh-oh.
Oh, there's a little bit of air time.
I had to make it interesting, you know.
Yeah, had a couple of boulders that she hit, and that wagon went into the air. And I'll tell you, there's a little bit of air there as she hits the ramp on that bridge. Can those wheels take it? Are the spokes going to be able to stand strong and keep the wheel intact? Or is it going to give way and break? All right, around the train as she goes. All right, once again. Oh my goodness, there's a hideout down here. There's a hideout that she's entering the area of. Whoa, she hits that rock and glances off the rock to the left. Right back on trail, headed down through. Oh my goodness, there's some characters right there. They look like they're part of the gang. Is she gonna run right through the middle of the gang? I'll tell you what, cause some excitement she has. Oh my word, this wagon has got caught up. She's fighting some of the people that are down here.
Oh no.
The wagon is fetched up. Oh my word. All right, let's see, I'm going to take it. All right, she's going to have to go to fighting. She's gone to ground. She's got her rifle out. I'm going to pull mine out just to make sure that I don't die in this melee that she's involved in right here. Now, they're shooting at me, too. My goodness, she's going to have to kill these guys and get back on target, get back on trail, and hope that they don't destroy her wagon. Oh, wait a minute, her car has been destroyed.
Yeah, my car was
Oh, my
destroyed.
goodness, it's been burnt. It's been burnt to the ground. Oh my word, Scarlet B has just killed the leader. Maybe it'll take the aggressiveness out of those that remain and Scarlet can find herself something else to drive here. Oh, this is absolutely dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. All right, Scarlet. All right, look, they're fighting hard. Scarlet is moving out of the area here. She's throwing some shots back over her shoulder. She's up on top. I'm going to call my horse, see if we can get get closer to Scarlet and see some of the action that's going on right there. Come on, horse. You know, I don't know what Scarlet is going to do in this case. All right, they're spooking my horse all over the place. Oh my word, what a disaster this is.
Been fine
Let's
if
see
you
what
would have
we've got
started the timer.
I know. Go ahead, rub it in. All right, back here we go. All right, the very good thing about something like this is if you do have a problem, which certainly she's had, we'll take and she can run a second run at some time, either this week or next week. That's fine. Head on down to Armadillo. That works for me, and maybe we can find something down that way. That was quite a problem that she ran into right there. And oh my word, I knew the moment that we headed down into the outlaw area that there was going to be trouble. All right.
Rip, heart.
I've got to get my way through here as well. It's tough to negotiate through that area right there. But we're there. We got through it. Scarlet is through it. She's on a horse. There's not much that she can do other than get on that horse. The delay is substantial. The fact that she's on a horse matters little. She's got to be able to get to where she's going. This is going to be a catch-up. Mission over. That was no mission. That wasn't a mission that we were on. That might have been a mission that they were on.
That wasn't a mission for me.
Absolutely not. All right, I'm going to see if I can... Oh, I wanted to do a little bit of catch-up, and I decided to bushwhack, and what's the first thing that happened? I hit a damn rock. Down I go. Well, I'll tell you, some days you're the bug, some days you're the windshield. I gotta tell you, today, I'm definitely the damn bug. I've got an idea that Scarlet feels the same way.
It's okay. I'm easy going. It doesn't bother me. Hey, maybe my other cart from last time is still here.
All right, let's look. If you see one, grab one, of course.
Be lucky.
I'm gonna head on over this direction.
That is unfortunate.
That is terribly unfortunate. But we have to play this one out, and like I say, there's another shot.
You know, you never need an ambush. Never get an ambush when you need one. Or
Isn't
clear
that
that.
the truth? Oh, boom! There's one way off the cliff. Yee-haw! I'll tell you what, the horse survived. That's what happens. I'm trying to do some catch-up here. And that's just the way that it goes. Muggsy's over there. I'll bet his mug is twisted up a little bit, in total laughter. right, we're playing catch up. We're trying to catch up at this point.
Oh, I have to go into
And
the
it's-
stable then, or
Into the stable, grab a horse, your horse, and you can come out of the stable.
and go
I
to
think what I'm
Armadillo.
going to do, you're going to head towards Armadillo. I'm going to wait right here, and I'm going to see exactly which route you take. She's in the stable at this point. Should be able to catch up with her. I think I better, at this point, give my horse a little bit of juice here. Maybe I'll put it on some drugs here a little bit. Okay, she is out of the stables, and she is running. I just need to see which way she's going to be running. You coming through the covered bridge?
Yeah, I'm coming through the tunnel.
Okay. All right, so I'll be right out here. We'll put this, she's going to be coming through the covered bridge area.
Hello?
And let's see. Here she comes. There she is, right there. All right, let's pull in behind her. And right there. She's got her horse. She's running. And as you can see, there's a moonshine off to my right. We don't need that kind of interference.
Oh, wait. Wait, Moonshiner's busy. Oh, I did not want to.
All right, Scarlett's bushwhacking here a little bit. You never know what's going to happen in any one of these races. You get a bad start, everything goes smooth. You get a hard start, you get an easy start, and then everything falls apart. It's just crazy. And that's the interesting and enjoyable thing about this game. You just never know what's going to happen. And there's still a lot that can happen. There's still a lot that can go her way. There's a lot that might not go her way. In the end, it's just a question of how smooth is it going to be? Is she going to have a smooth run from here on out? I'll tell you what, that guy right on that corner, that AI on that corner, almost indicated that it wasn't going to be so smooth.
Just what I need.
Okay, into the corral she's going to go. She's going to brush, feed, and pet her horse. Then she's going to lead it. At the moment I see her grab the reins, I'm going to give her a 5 count, and then she's going to be off and running towards Hennigan-Steed. She's off her horse. And she's feeding it. And she's brushing it. And there's the pat. And here's the lead. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Go, 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 go!
Oh!
Oh,
Clip
my
it!
Yep, clip that, folks. Well, that's going to be part of the race right there. All right. And now we're headed back to McFarland's Ranch. And at McFarland's Ranch, Scarlett is going to go into the smaller corral that is within the large corral. She has to be in the smaller corral within the large corral. And once again, she will service her horse by petting it, by feeding it, by brushing it, and then she'll lead it for a count of 5, and then she's going to head towards Blackwater Stable, whereby she will switch out her horse and she'll make a run for Valentine Stable.
Good, because I'm going to bring out a chunky horse on that second leg and can probably
Oh.
only handle one leg, you know.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. If it had a little bit of exercise, it could, get that fat ass trimmed down a little bit. Who knows? All right, you can see. I thought that Scarlett was going to try and turn her horse into a mountain goat. She's up over the. She's out of the canyon at this point. She's cutting across. She's doing a good job cutting across. You know, if she could continue her bushwhacking without any trouble, you never know. All right, she's got to go around the damn train. She has a train that becomes interference. You got to come back here to the left. You got to go to the other corral.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about the round pin.
You got to come to the little one that's inside this main corral. She's into the corral. Here she's going to service the horse. She's going to feed it, pet it, brush it, and then she's going to lead it. I'm going to keep an eye on the lead. Everything seems to be going well.
Nope.
Okay, she's going to lead that horse now. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. Go, go, go! The go represents the 5. And we're off. And outside of McFarland's ranch, she runs through Hennigan's Steed, headed towards the lower Montana, across the lower Montana, into the Great Plains and down into Blackwater to the stable. And we had a rider in the road that she dodged to the left, I dodged to the right. And across the Montana she goes. Lower Montana. She's made it across. And Scarlett chose to bushwhack across this big turn in the road. Straighten that out a little bit, save some time. Oh my goodness, we got a couple of riders in the road. She dodged him to the right, I dodged him to the left.
Run, Forrest.
And that's rather a big horse right there too, Scarlett.
This is my Claude Ruber.
Okay.
This Forrest jump.
And here we go. We're headed down into Blackwater at the present time.
Oh, there's a
And
cart.
Here comes, there's a cart in the road. A wagon in the road. And there's another wagon or two and another cart.
Hey, Crease.
Who'd have thunk?
Hey.
You looking for trouble?
No, we're not looking for trouble. We've had enough. All right. Scarlett is in the stable. She's switching out her horse at the present time.
How's the world been treating you?
She's going to come out screaming. There she is right there.
Yeah, my way.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, he had a delayed reaction. That was kind of like a football player faking a hit by another player.
Like the soccer guys.
Yeah. All right, she hit that guy, and then there was a delay, and then the guy flies down the road and goes on his tail end. All right, here's Scarlett. She's crossing a portion of the Great Plains just outside of Blackwater, headed down across the upper Montana at this point. And across she goes. Out of the water she is. And what is she going to do here? All right, she's running across the back side of the Blackwater area. She's looking to cross the trestles right here near Riggs Station. She decided that she's going to. Whoa! Damn! I damn near went over, and I'll tell you what, my controller's bringing me back and forth, back and forth. Man, talk about some overcorrections. I definitely have to get this thumbstick fixed. I tried last night. Apparently that didn't work so well. All right, it looked like Scarlett was feeding her horse there a little bit. And across Bard's Crossing she is. Flatneck Station we are at. She's running this horse down the tracks. So Scarlett knows exactly what she's doing. She's got a path in mind here. She's got the route all figured out. It's just that she had some extremely bad luck. The worst luck that she had was me with the timer.
That's fine. Oh, good.
I'll tell you what, it's kind of like I was a rookie, don't you know? Okay, there's Scarlett. She's right out here in the plains at this point. Just outside of Valentine. Pretty open, pretty clear. Headed down the tracks, she is. And oh, I hear some howling there. Okay, now Scarlett is entering the Valentine area, whereby she'll go into the stable. She'll switch out her horse once again, and then she's going to take a beeline for Barrow Lagoon.
Oh, hey, there's another cart. Get out of my way.
All kinds of carts when you don't need them.
It's like when you were looking for the whiskey wagon and
yeah,
Crease.
exactly like that. All right, here comes Scarlett. She's going into the stables now, and I'm going to go ahead and take and brush my own horse, see if that'll give it some energy, and maybe make it feel better. No, I haven't been seeing no butcher. No, we're not talking about butchery here today. Although we've had our share of it, we're going to take and talk about endurance racing. That's what we're talking about here. All right, look at that. She took off. She took off without me. My goodness. She surprised me. She went out the other direction. All right, down over the hill. We're going to cross the river down here. And then there becomes a tough area. You can see her crossing the river right there, right now.
Should purposely put a waypoint. Oops.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a surprise, but whoa! Up over the hill we go. You can see her just ahead of me a little bit. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! I damn near got cleaned out by those guys. All right, now I'm going to have to play catch up here. We'll be able to catch up, I'm sure, once we can get some open ground a little bit.
Seriously?
Oh, and now Scarlett runs into the Moonshiners. And oh my word, she's doing battle with these Moonshiners.
Oh, they killed my horse.
Oh my goodness, they killed her horse. Her horse is down. And she's laying down these Moonshiners. moonshiners. How difficult, how terrible is that? I can't interfere whatsoever. I've got to let her deal with it. And unfortunately, because we're posseed up, that means that there are more people that she has to deal with. But it's just one of the things that comes about and happens in this racing. And listen, just because she got a bad start here today, it could certainly happen again another time. She's off, she's running. She ran through some of them as best she could. Oh my word, I'm being hung up on these here. Oh, get up onto that trail. There we go, I'm finally on trail again. And you can see Scarlett ahead of me. Another very unfortunate event occurred right there. My word. And here's the thing. You don't know whether it's going to happen to you on your go. All right, that mission has been over. She's headed towards the shack right here at Barrow Lagoon. Here she's going to run inside and holler out, "Where the hell is everybody?" And then she's going to come out and she's going to service her horse and she's going to pet it, feed it.
Where the hell is everybody?
Brush it. Yeah, now she's going to come back to her horse and she's going to do all of that good stuff and she's going to leave that horse for 5 seconds and then we're going to turn her loose to ride up to Adler Ranch. Tough time, but you know what, folks? There's still enough time where she could do this. There is enough time left on this clock where she could still take the lead on this. All right, 1,
Nope.
2.
You let go.
Okay. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. Go, go, go! She's on the horse. There is enough time left on the clock where she could potentially do this. Is she going to run into any trouble? What's going on? It looks like she's probably setting a waypoint.
Yeah, I get a little lost right here.
All right, she set a waypoint. This is doable. Up over the hill we go in the snow. Wouldn't this be something? Oh my God, this would be incredible. I'm not going to tell you what the time is. The only thing that I'm going to tell you is that this is still doable for Scarlett B. Oh my goodness, I took the wrong trail. She took the upper trail. I took the lower trail. I got to get back up on the upper trail and get back up on the backside. What the hell? I'm hitting a rock. You know, I'm trying to watch the mini-map and trying to watch the trail at the same time and see what's going on. It's tough to do sometimes, don't you know? We'll get caught up here at some point, I hope. Scarlett knows exactly what she's doing here, and even with all of these problems, she still has the possibility of coming in and owning this race. The possibility is there. It's slowly slipping away, but it's still capable of being done. This is going to be very, very close. And unfortunately, I've got a slow-running horse here in the snow. Scarlett is continuing on. Maybe Scarlett, along the way, if she sees some open area, she can just give us an idea as to what's going on. And look at this. There's a bounty up here.
I have no idea what's going on.
All right, I'm going to head on over this way and see if I can get up to her. Let me know when you're going through Coulter.
I'm not going through Coulter.
All right, well, you're bushwhacking even further. All right, we're going to have to assume that we can get there in time. There is no way that I can jump ahead of her through a wilderness camp. It just can't be done, so I have to ride up through.
I see her.
Okay, great job. Great job. Still capable of being done.
And then I gotta brush him
this
and put him away, or do I just put him away?
you have to brush them, you have to feed them,
Feed
you
'em.
have to service them, and then you run them into the stable. You can walk them in, you can ride them in, you can do whatever you want. I'm trying to get up there. I'm trying to find my way. I'm back on a trail right here, right now. I don't know whether I can get there in time, but Scarlett's going to take her horse into the stable. Once her horse is in the stable, she's going to run into the house, and she's going to call her out, finally, home, sweet home. And when she does that, I'll stop the clock.
Finally, home sweet home.
Boom! There you go, folks. Get a load of this. Get a load of this. Her
Good job,
time
Scarlett.
is 38 minutes, 12.59 seconds. Scarlett B takes the lead on this. Can you believe that? Can you imagine that? That was amazing. It was all
Nice.
done because of her tenacity in following those tracks, her tenacity in bushwhacking, her tenacity in doing what needed to be done, and the fact that she never surrendered. She did not give up. She made it happen. She stood strong. She stood cowboy strong. She is a lesson for everybody on never, ever surrendering. Congratulations, Scarlett B. I'm telling you, you deserve the clap, and there you have it. There is the clap, and it's coming in its premium form. What a race that was. 38 minutes, 12.59 seconds. It's all said and done, and there you have it. Scarlett B is the new leader. And not only is she the new leader, but she's leading this thing by just under 2 minutes. Just under 2 minutes, about a minute and 50 seconds. I'll look at that later on, but there you have it. My goodness, can you believe that, folks? Can you believe that? I'm telling you, I can hardly believe it. My word, with
job.
all of the problems that she had, dealing with the... and then she had to deal with me too. You know what
That
I'm
was
saying?
the biggest obstacle, really.
You know, Lace has always said that I'm a problem, so there you have it. I was a problem for Scarlett B, but she overcame it. She overcame it. My goodness, what a race that was. I'm telling you, tenacity, fortitude, determination, never surrender attitude. This, my ladies and gentlemen, is the evergreen outlaw right here at her best. Oh, my word. Ooh is right. I'll tell you. Yes, sir. All right, there is that cat figure coming out. All right, Scarlett,
Yes.
tell us what you thought. I mean, you had to have believed that this was, you know, an absolute impossible
was a
quest that you were
disaster.
going on.
But it's okay.
I
had a
wouldn't have
great
believed it. Listen,
okay.
I watched that clock and I thought to myself, when you were crossing the Great Plains, I thought to myself, you know, gee, if I remember correctly, she's actually ahead of the time that everybody else was. And
Yep.
then when you run into the outlaw camp down there in the canyon area, and you had to fight them all, I thought to myself, what the hell? You know, how much trouble can any one person get in? I thought Chris had a tough time. Your time was just miserable.
Yeah.
And then I thought to myself, look at this. She's running on time here. How could this possibly be? And listen, folks, any way you look at it, with all of the problems that she's had, I'm going to go back and watch this again. I'm going to make note of all of the problems that she had, and we're going to just,
Make
you know,
note
take it
of
into
all the
consideration.
5 or 6 hiccups at least.
My word, running into moonshine camps, running into outlaw camps, just absolutely bizarre. 38 minutes, 12.59 seconds. How do you like that?
Just in
just
case.
Amazing.
I
Just in
signed
case
up
Warren
with you,
did.
Chris.
Yeah.
I
Just
gotta
in
try
case
again.
Warren didn't start it, I started one right behind him. The stopwatch. I got 38:05, but we'll go with Warren's with the 12. So
Yep, I had the 38, 12.59.
Yeah.
So, and I started that the moment that I said go. I hit that button. So yeah, it's just amazing. Oh, wow. So yeah, even with all of that trouble, even though you lost a cart, You had to ride to the stables. You had to finish it off. At least you had the majority of the distance covered. Unfortunate that you had to hit the horse. Listen, the horse, what little it was going to give you for all of the problems that you went through, an insignificant difference, if any at all. In fact, I think it still could have been a detriment based upon the problems that you were having fighting off those people back there in the canyon and elsewhere along the trail as well.
You know,
But,
I was like,
just
I can
amazing.
do I don't mind doing that fucking hideout at the bottom of the goddamn canyon. Damn it. Of all the things.
Yeah,
Like, really?
of all the things. And here's the deal. Even when you ran into that moonshine camp area there,
Josie.
it was just amazing because you got to remember that because you're part of the posse, there are more bandits there because of two of us, and you had to fight them all, or at least find a way where you could duck out and get back on target, get back on trail, and go from there. So it was just amazing that you were able to do that, and then it looked like they would put your horse down. You had to revive it. Jeez, it was like, what else could go wrong?
Well,
in
I
any
think that's
event-
one of the things about a private lobby is way more things spawn like that too. So,
They
like,
do.
as much as you're not getting griefed, you got a lot of random spawn missions too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rockstar griefing you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say
Again.
that, Chris. Yep, I was just going to say that Rockstar, they throw their ability into grief. And I'll tell you what, that's a race that I'm going to watch again. I can tell you that for sure. And if anybody wants to watch it again, you're going to get a real treat as to all the trouble that
Please
occurs.
don't watch
So-
that.
So, in any event, when I started looking at the clock and I started seeing it, and I said, "Geez, she's just a little bit behind," and then I think she's right on the number, maybe a little bit ahead. And then when I looked at it again, I thought to myself, "How is that possible?" And then you realize that it's because of all of the bushwhacking that was done. And she did do very, very well in her bushwhacking ability, and the fact that she followed the tracks. Those tracks gave her a pretty much free, clear run for a long, long distance. Unfortunately for her, she ran into a gang camp. She runs into a moonshine camp. She had to fight both of them off a little bit, and she had to get up and get going. She had to put some energy back in her horse by caring for her horse, medically speaking, and up and off. Just magnificent. Good job, Scarlett. That'll be one to remember. Yeah, she is a pro bushwhacker. You're right, Nikel. And I'll tell you what, that goes to prove it. Not only is she a pro bushwhacker, but I'll tell you what, the Evergreen Outlaw, she stood strong. She stood cowboy strong, and she never surrendered. Listen, a lot of people would just give up. They'd just walk away and say, look, that's too frustrating. I can't deal with that. Not Scarlett. She got back on that horse, and she was gone. She was gone. Good on her. Whew. I'll tell you what.
Hopefully Jay has...
Somebody's going to have to carry me back to camp. I don't have any energy to get even back on my horse.
I was freezing. I had to go.
All right. Yeah, I'm freezing too. That's why I want to get going. All right, I'm going to see if I can find myself a wilderness camp here along the way. This has been a tough morning, folks. This has been a tough morning. Scarlett just takes it in stride. Says, no
Yes.
problem.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, so let's see, Scarlett. Wow.
You, know, you think the tracks are a good idea until trains come, so just keep that in mind.
That's
too.
right. You know,
Sometimes
you
it's
were
better
very
safe than
fortunate that.
sorry.
Yep, you were very fortunate that you didn't run into a train. In particular, you went all of that distance. We didn't have a train in Rhodes, and I thought to myself, well, maybe it'll be at Flat Neck. You didn't have it at Flat Neck, and I thought, oh my God, she's going to get caught at Riggs Station. She's going to get caught out in the middle of Barge Crossing, and that's going to, be the end right there. But nope, didn't happen. So that's cool. Good job, very good job. Wow.
Not today, though.
So. Cranky Old Man from Illinois is with us. Good morning, Cranky Old Man. That's how the Pony Express was formed. You're absolutely right on that, cranky old man. The Pony Express, they didn't give up. They had to ride. They had to ride hard. They wore out horses along the way, and some of them. Ooh, my camp flag just went down.
Yeah.
Something going on.
I ran into a surround the wagons over here.
Oh, that's good. I'm going to come join you because that's one of the things that I'm working on to be able to get my belt buckle and medallion. I chase these pretty hardcore at this point. Anytime I see smoke, I'm off looking for a to defend a surround the camp here. I don't know. There's so many different referrals that we have on this. Surround the wagons, defend the campsite, that type of thing. We're going to take care of this in short order. And it probably looks like we've got a couple more coming up here. They're not going to last. I don't know why they're bothering. They're not going to make it up with their family. You know, all they had to do was turn around and go back, and they'd have dinner with their family. No dinner now. I send them to their room. Without dinner.
Right.
All right, we got one more out there, I think.
Oh, you'll regret that.
He got caught up.
All right, we're waiting for Jay Shredder. When Jay Shredder comes in, we'll take him, bring him in. By the time I haven't actually seen him yet. I'm going to go looking for him right now. Yeah, please.
I'll jump over to Chris to Dusty. Oh, he's loose, cowboy.
I know. Look at him. Go get him. All right, Blood Bear's got some bounty that he wants to be turned in on. Let's see what we've got here. We've got 2, 4, and Jay. Oh, was that Jay that I see come in? There he is, right there. Yep, I just sent him a party invite. All right. Now I can bring in Blood Bear for his activities. Invite, game, party. And we're going to wait a few minutes to... Oh, what's going on here? My seat is up here. Give it a minute, see if it'll take care of itself. Okay. Chris, can you hear me? Oh, there we go. All right. So Jay Shredder just joined the posse. And I've got just Jay in here. And we're looking at, let's see what this time is. All right, Jay should be popping in here any minute. Yeah. All right, Jay Shredder's in posse here someplace. Oh, there he is over that way. I see his dot at this point. Let me see if I can get him in the party. Oh. Okay, here we go again with party
I'm gonna
issues.
invite them back in here. Give me a second.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on with the party stuff.
Every time we seem to change up like this, Chris, it becomes a problem.
There's Jay.
All right, I'm going to see what time it is in the game. 5:47 a.m.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Jay. Why don't you head right to Saint Denis?
All right.
I'm going to
Luck, Jay.
get
luck,
down
Jay.
to Saint Denis.
I'm gonna do what I did last
Yeah,
time.
it's pretty early. So at least we'll get a start like I'd like to have, early in the morning start for Jay. By the way, Jay, good morning. How have you been? I hope all is well.
Good. Everything's great.
Congratulations on winning that Dreamcatcher.
Oh yeah, I know. I was so excited.
I'm telling you, that is a beautiful Dreamcatcher. I got to tell you right now, that is amazing Dreamcatcher. So yeah, congratulations on that. I'll have it out to you the first of the week as soon as I can get down to the post office.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to get my horse. I think I'm going to change out this horse. I didn't like the way this horse performed, so I'm going to quickly go to the stables and change out this horse and go to one that I absolutely love. That's my Missouri Foxtrotter. I'm going to bring Wampum into the picture. And Wampum is a Missouri Foxtrotter. He's an Amber Champagne Missouri Foxtrotter. The Foxtrotter is my favorite horse in the game. And let's see, here he comes right here. And you can see Wampum is the Native American name for gold. And you can see in the right light and in the rain, he is definitely gold. All right, and I'm going to ask Jay. Let me just make sure that I'm in condition here to be able to keep up with you.
Oh, I don't think you're going to have any problem there. Do I have to start in the post office or something?
Nope, just you have to start over here with me on this side of the post office.
Okay.
All right, I see you. All right, so I'm going to count it down. 3, 2, 1, go. Time has started. And there's Jay. He's throwing a guy out of his cart right now. And Jay gets away clean. Jay gets away clean with this cart. And they're shooting at him at this point. Whoa, I almost got taken out by the train. Oh, I'll tell you what, Jay's off and running. He was able to get a pretty clean start. There was only 1 or 2 shots that was fired there. And that's cool. And he's gone. Yeah, he's in the cart. He's riding in the rain. And guess what, folks? He doesn't have any canopy on this cart that's going to act like a wind drag. So he may be able to, pull off a really decent run with this cart. It's going to depend exactly on what kind of problems he runs into along the way. Now, he's headed out and down the tracks, similar to what Scarlett did. I know that the two of them ride together after hours, so to speak, and so I'm sure that they talked about the best route to run this particular endurance race, and I'm sure that they corroborated the actual rules, and then what they did is they got together and they determined exactly the best route to take, and I'm sure that that happened. And right now in the rain, you can see he's laying the reins on the backside of this horse. He wants to keep that horse stimulated. And if you look at the gait of that horse doesn't look like it's working too awfully hard now, does it? Oh, I'll tell you what, Jay damn near caused himself some problem there. He almost cleaned out that rider that was crossing the tracks. And I'll tell you what, had his horse hit that rider's horse broadside like that, I promise you that horse would have gone down. All right, here we go, right here. And here it is. He's making it. We're headed into roads at this point. We're headed into roads. It's raining. There's a little bit of fog in the air, but not a great deal. You can see the train coming into Rhodes Station right here. So Jay is going to have to negotiate around that train. And there he goes. He goes to one side, I go to the other side. And we'll be by this train. This train is going to stop. Going to take on some freight, I would say, maybe even some passengers. I need to get back over there with Jay. And there he is right there. That was Jay right there. He's just cutting across. He went around. He's going right back for the tracks again. He's going right back to the tracks once again. Around that train, right there at Rhodes. And who knows? Now let's just say, for example, that Jay gets a good clean run. He doesn't have any problems with his cart on these railroad tracks. He gets across, he gets through Flatneck Station, he gets across Barge Crossing, and then gets on down into Tumbleweed, gets onto a horse, doesn't run into any wolves, doesn't run into any moonshine or any bandit camps or anything like that. Yeah, it's possible that he could pull it out. But we've got a long way to go, and it's not, whoa, he's going down off the tracks here, and he decided to circumvent those two bridges by hitting the land mass here, and now he's back up onto the tracks. Not a bad idea. That was pretty thoughtful thinking to know that we've got a couple of trestles coming up that are on a turn and that he's very susceptible to damage or injury right there. So he goes off track, goes across the land, and then pulls back up and gets back on track. All right, now if you notice this little bridge area here, it's got some little miniature guide rails on it off to the side. That would help to keep him on pace. And what it is it's actually a wider track area to follow. But once he gets up here and these narrow up a little bit, it's going to be a little more difficult, such as this one right here. He's going to have to be real careful on this one. And particularly whereby it's there's a slight curve to it as well. Next little bridge is behind us, and is another little bridge behind us, another one with a little bit of a curve. Woo, that rear wheel was close to going over the edge. And that one, that little portion of the trestle was passed clean. And over the trestle this one goes, and a nice clean completion of passing over that trestle. Here's another one right here. Oh my God!
Crap.
Over the edge he goes. Oh, look at that! And then it's back upright again. Oh my goodness! Now it's down again.
Go, Jay, go.
Oh
Get
my
on.
word! The damn thing's rolling down the hill, trying to take out the horse. Will the horse stand up? Can he get back in the harness? No, it doesn't look like he's going to get back in the harness. But Jay is riding the actual harnessed horse. All right, he's back on that harnessed horse. He's going to run for it. And what you got to do is, if he can find a cart, he's got to get back onto that cart. And if he can, he's going to have to ride that harnessed horse all the way, which is not going to be the easiest thing in the world to do. And that's the danger of running the tracks. They can be extremely dangerous. If you have, if your joystick on your controller is a little bit out of sorts, if it's not calibrated properly, and you get some weeble and wobble back and forth. Oh, and there's the horse. The harnessed horse has thrown him. It has thrown him. Now Jay's on foot. Jay's running. He's running. He's probably gonna take that guy's horse down there. He's probably going to take that horse down there. All right, he's running for him. This guy doesn't have a clue as to what's about to happen. Yeah, he runs him off his horse. He jumps on the guy's horse. The guy pulls out his six-shooter. He looks like he was going to take and shoot at him, but decided to check his shot after all. And here we go. We're headed across the river. Across the river we go. And up over the hill. Is Jay going to get thrown off this horse? It could happen. Ah, there he goes. There he goes right there. That horse has thrown him. There's another horse right there. Jay is up onto that horse. He's off. Past rig station we go. And this is, I believe this guy up here is Old Joe. We're past him. We're headed across the bridge right here. And we're about ready to make the turn to head down over the hill and cross the lower Montana. Down over the hill we go. Is there going to be interference in the way of a wagon or so? Nope. Into the water we go. And let's see, into the Great Plains. Broken Tree is ahead of us. Through the Great Plains, over the rocks, around the rocks. Oh, goodness, and I'm on my butt. That was a clippable piece. And I'm off. And we can still see Jay up ahead of me. And you can see Jay up that way. I'm going to bushwhack through here a little bit. That'll save me a few steps, get me a little bit closer. In particularly where Jay is jumping around up that way. All right, Jay is back onto a cart. Good on him. He's off. He's got that cart. Good job, Jay. And here we are on the lower Montana, crossing over the water right here. Boom, out of the water he comes. Oh my goodness, he lost his cargo there. Cargo fell right out of the wagon. It bounced out of the wagon is what it did. That was kind of cool. That would be a neat little piece to clip. I don't think I've ever seen that before. And I'm going to go ahead and feed this horse some yellow cake. Keep him in good shape. He took it hard back there on a crash. I can hear some pheasants flying up to my right and now behind me. Hit that bridge. That cart took a little bit of air time, but not a great deal. Probably more so because this is more of a freight cart than it is a passenger cart. Is he going to be able to pass and get through that opening? Dang nabbit, he did! He passed the wagon and squeezed himself between the wagon and that the entryway or the exit way, depending on which way you're going, right there at McFarland's Ranch. Right down through the canyon, Jay goes. All right, he's making the turn, and down over the hill he goes. It's a bumpy start. Oh, I'll tell you what. Oh my word. He hit those rocks that were sliding down the hill, wrecked the cart, is running for the horse. He's going to try to catch that service horse, and off he goes again. My word, Jay has certainly had his troubles. Oh my goodness, and now we're running through a bandit area. I shoulder slammed that guy with my horse. Take him out of the area here. Get by him, and we're off and running. Now, what's going to happen with this service horse that Jay is on? You know, you can see this is a harness horse. All right, and here come some bandits, Jay. Oh my goodness, just as we reach the bandits, the horse decides to dump them. Jay is into a fight right here, right now. He's shooting these people. And Bloodbear, you can't interfere. You can't interfere, Bloodbear. Stay out of it. All right. Jay is running for the horse down here. He's running for the horse. I please, get out of the posse if you could, please. You know, this should be just myself and Jay Shredder. There's a horse right there. Jay is going to get back onto this horse, and off he goes once again. And now he's back on trail again. Once again, he'll be looking for a cart to... Whoa! All right, let's bushwhack a bit and see if we can catch up with Jay here a little bit. He's not too far in front of us. There he is right there.
I'm hoping to find another cart up here.
Yeah, you might be able to. We've got a train right here at Blackwater. All right, Jay has actually made any attempt that he could to find a cart. There are no wagons, there are no carts here. Riding hard he is. And we've got a rider in the middle of the trail here. We pass him pretty cleanly. And Ridgewood Farm, we just managed to get through Ridgewood Farm, right down here in New Austin. And we got a group of pronghorn here. Through the covered bridge, into the tumbleweed area. Jay has got to get to the stable, switch out a horse. And down over the hill he goes. and into the stable he goes. He is now looking for his own horse to come out with, and from here we're going to see just exactly what's going to happen.
The stable didn't work.
All right,
That is the stable, is it not?
that is the stable.
So you can go back in there. I mean, I crashed a couple carts. I should waste some time. Nope, the stable is not working for me.
Is Blood Bear doing
Stable is
something?
not working.
He's still in your party.
What's that, Chris?
I said, is Blood Bear in the middle of something? Because he's still in your party.
Oh my God!
See, this is why Blood Bear
What
shouldn't be a
the
part of.
fuck? Yeah, you know, really, Jay, this is, we got to end this. Kick from the
Okay.
posse. This really pisses me off. You know, damn. Jay, no fault of yours for sure. Oh my word. Today is one of those days.
I think it's been a great day. I'm having the best
well-
time ever.
Good on you!
You know,
Jay.
once you see all the problems that Scarlet had, and then you start to have a few problems, you're like, it's not so bad.
Exactly.
Perspective,
Well,
Jay.
I'll tell you,
That's perspective.
Let's see. Settings on my posse. Yeah, I'm going to close that up. Damn, that's a pain in the ass. Let's see. What time do we have? We have time in game. Let's see. Time in game. It's 4:31 p.m. So we've got to wait until 6 in the morning, Jay, for before we can get going again in order to complete Jay's run at the time. Too bad. So sad.
Well-
That kind of interference.
Now that Blood Bear's out, go in there and see if you can at least use the stall now, Jay. Make
Yeah,
sure.
do that, Jay. I know he's going to be able to.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it was then.
Yeah.
So, what everybody have for breakfast?
Oh,
Nada.
humble pie.
I had a Pop
Taking a
Tart.
drink.
Or maybe.
Some whiskey? A little
Well,
whiskey?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I need. In fact, I think I'm going to take a drink right now. Let me see what if I can find a drink over here. Uh,
The beer of the root?
no, I'm going to take a drink. Tennessee whiskey. Here
Yeah,
it comes. Yeah, I needed that. Yeah, I needed that. Great Scott. Oh, Blood Bear. Damn you this morning. All right. Well, look at this. Well, I say that we can just go about our business. Go about your business for the next, the next few minutes anyway. It's going to take a little bit of time. And Jay, I'll meet you down in Saint Denis.
Alrighty.
I'm going to just check and see what time we've got now. Let's see. It is now, in-game time is 5:28 p.m. So at about 6 a.m., I'll meet you down in Saint Denis. You're welcome to go about doing what you can do for your dailies while we're waiting for that time to pass. My apologies to the 3 platforms that are here. Just the way things go sometimes, I guess. And all the more reason, I suppose. Listen, if I had to sit down and think about every possibility that can occur on any one of these particular challenges that we're involved in, I'd be up for days trying to work it all out. You know, it's just the way that it goes sometimes, but that's it. So no problem. And I got to tell you that, yeah, go ahead. Run circles around me, you. In any event, yeah, Scarlet running circles around me this morning. And she is too, by golly gee willikers. With a time like that turned in, that's remarkable. I'm going to reset the clock right here now. All right, we're going to stop it, and we're going to reset it. And that's all set and done. So I guess I'm going to go out and kill myself a few animals. That will take and help me with my 20 animal kills that I have to do today for a daily challenge. And then we'll get back at the actual endurance race that's going to be going on. And that kind of gives Jay a second chance at it as well. But through no fault of his own, Blood Bear was in the posse, and ultimately apparently did a mission whereby it locked up Jay's inability to, or locked up his ability to be able to get a horse out of the Tumbleweed stable. And without him being able to get a horse out of the Tumbleweed stable, that's when we have to call it right there. Kick Blood Bear the hell out of my posse and have have only Jay Shredder in it so that he can make a second attempt at getting this done. Quite frankly, the first 2 races went absolutely without too much of a hitch. And then the third race became a bit of a hitch. Well, you know, there's certain hitches that you can live with, but there's others that become more complicated. This one was, you know, just unacceptable. So we have to start this one over again. And you know, and I had to be able to call a race and start it. Oh, I didn't even start the timer. So I mean, that's just what happens now and again. But it just makes for an interesting time. You know, it puts the pressure on, don't you know? All right, we'll kill a couple of animals there, skin them up.
Oh, killed the bald eagle. America.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies. All right, and so what do I get? I get an owl. That's what I get, a horned owl, no less. That's what I pulled out of those guys. Hey, Blood Bear, crap happens, don't you know? You know, there's a lot of things that a lot of us old-timers and veterans of this game still don't know about this game. There are just so many things that you don't know, that you don't anticipate, that you don't think about until all of a sudden it affects your gameplay. All right, there goes. Oh, we got a couple of pheasant right there. There's a nice pop right there. Well, that takes gives us 3 pheasant for our flying fat that we can put in our satchel. And let's see what we've got. And we've got that right there.
I'm going to step away for a sec. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead, Jay. Oh. All right, ZC26 says, how many hours do I have into Red Dead? Well, today is the 2nd of March. Yesterday, on the 1st of March, I look at my hours on the first day of every month and just update them. And as of yesterday, I've had 16,293 hours into the game. Yeah, exactly, cranky old man. Oh, there's a little something I can shoot. Maybe I'm approaching 20 kills here at some point. Yeah, so that's 16,293 hours into the game as of yesterday morning. That's a little bit of time. And you know, people have asked me how long did it take me, or how long have you been a level 1000 And I figured I've been a level 1000 for, I don't know, maybe 16, 18 months. I've been saying 18 months. I looked at it the other day, and it's actually 25 months, so a little over 2 years I've been a level 1000.
Wow.
And I still find this game absolutely thrilling to play. Absolutely thrilling to play. I don't get tired of it. I don't get bored of it. I just don't, because nothing is ever the same. After all, take a look at this morning's happenings.
You know, I thought I had it rough. I'm just saying. You guys think the case.
Yep.
I can't wait for that second run.
I blame the cold medicine. And Cowboy.
And Cowboy, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I think you were AFK when he said it, but Lace wore him out last night.
Yeah, well,
I need a trusted
She
adult.
did.
La 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 la.
No. Your mind is going in the wrong direction. She wore me out by having, I had to cook dinner, then I had to do dishes and stuff like that. That's the kind of wear out that we're talking about. But no, there are some people out there that take it much further than what it needs to go.
Yeah.
Well, it should have went the way I was thinking. It would have been funner.
Well, maybe that occurred later.
Not after you're all wore out and complaining about it.
Well, listen, but there's other ways to accommodate that issue.
Geritol.
Exactly. All right, look at all these animals here I can kill. I should be able to kill a bunch of these animals if I can hit them. Well, I've killed them, so I'm going to go skin them. Maybe I ought to take a look and see how many I really need to do. Maybe I've already killed 20. I don't know. No, look at that. I've killed 19. So I need to kill one more. What I need to do is kill myself a bear.
And you have a fancy bounty
good.
somewhere.
Yeah, he'll say, take me in alive. I said, okay. And I just kill him.
Joke.
Yeah, just kidding. Oh, look at this. Right here in the middle of this cactus patch. Ooh! Ah! Ouch! Dang! Right in my butt! Ow! I'm all nicked up. All right, we're headed towards the morning hours, I'm sure. I'm still going to skin up all of these animals here. I can't leave them to waste, that's for sure. And I don't leave them to waste. No, actually, I was going to go into a call to arms last night, Katie. And Lisa and I were both going to go do it. And we're trying to get her back into Red Dead shape, so to speak. And but as it turned out, we got watching TV, and I looked over to her, and she looked over to me, and I said, well, what do you think? And she said, nah. And I said, it sounds good to me.
What are you guys watching?
Oh, well, we watch everything. It doesn't matter. We're, actually, we watch, been watching House again. We watched House when it first came out many, many years ago, and we just decided to go back around. I think really all we're doing is just getting re-familiar with House again. All of his crazy shenanigans.
Yeah.
Did you watch the second season of 1923 yet?
I started it. I started it last night. I thought the first one was a bit bland. I'm hoping it picks up a little bit. I mean, there's a lot. Taylor Sheridan is throwing a lot of garbage into these shows that don't have to be there. And he goes off on a little tangent as to another little side story that how does it relate to the main story? It doesn't. And I don't want to, well, I'll give you a perfect example. You watch Landman, and it's a great story with Billy Bob Thornton and some of the others. The guy from from one of the previous season shows that's there, a great guy. In any event, he's got these women that come on, and they go off on this tangent, feeding old people and trying to jazz up the life of old people. And the daughter, she's kind of a slut. The mother's a bigger slut, and they bring them into the show. And I just say to myself, what the hell? I don't care about her. I don't care about her daughter. How does that have anything to do really with the basic story of Landman and the oil fields and what goes on with all of the bigwigs there in Landman and in the oil industry? It just doesn't fit for me. I don't want to see that. Listen, you can make reference to her every now and again, but to be able to take an entire segment of the show, a full, quarter of the show, a good 15 minutes, I don't need that. I don't want that. She's just a pain in the ass is what she is. It's just amazing.
So you like it then?
I love Landman. I love Landman, and I have to watch it to get to the good stuff. But I don't particularly care for that part of the show. She can run her, she can have her boobs hang out and stick her ass out all she wants. It doesn't thrill me in the least. I want to see some action from Billy Bob. That's what I want to see.
That sounds some pretty
I want
good
to see
action,
Billy Bob
though.
action.
Yeah, now I want to
Well,
watch it.
yeah.
He had me at tits and
As
ass.
far as that kind of action goes, you're probably right, Chris. But, if I want to do that, I'll go look for some porn or something. And that way I can turn it on and off when I want it on and off. So.
More ways than one.
And, I think back at some of the shows that they have, and I just don't know why he brought them into it. I just don't get it.
I haven't watched Landman, so.
For dramatic effect, probably.
Yeah. Well, you know what he's trying to do is he's trying to get that younger male audience watching for all of the beauty that's involved there. And I get that, but I don't like it.
Yep,
Yeah.
it does. Even Disney learned that a long time ago.
Disney. Thanks, Deadpool.
I was thinking going all the way back to Lion King.
Oh, listen, Mickey had his way with with Minnie, so back even further.
I bet you she had fun on his tugboat.
Oh my
All
god.
right.
Okay, that was the last Disney reference on my.
Jay back yet? Or is
Uh,
he still? Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to
Yeah.
skin out this animal.
Do you like cooking shows, Cowboy?
I used to watch a lot of them, but we haven't watched so many of them. We used to watch like Ramsey and the food truck shows that they had on there.
There's
a
this.
lot of that stuff.
There's this one show that it's like on an offset of PBS. I forget what its channel it's called, but it's called Moose Meat and Marmalade. And
Yep.
it made me think of it because I'm over here getting muskrats, but they did this show like a couple of weeks ago because one of them's a Canadian Native American, or not a Native American,
Yep.
Canadian native up there, and then the other one's a British dude, and they did this one where they cooked muskrat So gross.
Oh my
looking.
goodness.
Oh god. But they're really funny together.
I think they did they even have a show on at one time about roadkill? Wasn't that the actual name of it, Roadkill?
Maybe, but the moose meat guy, he's the native, and I forget what tribe he's from, but like they'll go around to different native tribes and try their specialties or like what their live off the land stuff.
Yep. Now getting back to Landman, the other star in the show is Ham. I think his name is John Hamm.
Oh, John
Crunky
Hamm.
old man just pulled up Mad Men, and that's what he starred in. That was a great series back then.
Yeah.
Very good.
John Hamm's
So,
good.
I can't find a lot that interests me with as many television channels as we have. So we just started watching some of the things over again just to kind of chill out a little bit and see where it goes. And then, when you start watching them over again, you like to pick them apart. Saying, well, that isn't the way that goes, and that's a lot of crap, and so on and so forth. And I find that to be the case with almost all medical shows at this time. And I can tell you that from a lifetime of experience with a woman that has been badly damaged, and has a lot of issues going on. It just isn't that way. It's a bunch of bullshit. Like, for example, can you imagine a doctor taking such interest in his patient that he goes out and starts investigating his patient's life story to find out, what brought them to the hospital and put that individual under his care? Are you kidding me? They forget who you are the moment you walk out the door.
Depends
As
on
soon
if
as
it's
they've got you.
an interesting case or not, I suppose.
Well, I don't know I've never heard of anybody that's had an interesting enough case where a doctor goes out of their way to, chase down the details surrounding the case at hand. And they certainly don't leave the hospital like they're detectives. They might do some research from inside the hospital
That's for sure.
with their computers or something, but they're not going to go out and perform any detective type work out on the streets. I can assure you of that. Let's see. What have we got here? Jay's right here, and we're going to check the time right now, see what the time is. It is 2:58, Jay. So we've got just a few minutes to kick and kill, kick around and kill, stomp on it. What is that? Satyajit over there on YouTube. I don't know whether I pronounced that right. Satyajit. Satyajit. A good day to you. And let's see. Well, we're trying to straighten out a race mess by running another race over once again. It's kind of like real life. Speaking of real life, get a load of this. This happened to me yesterday. Oh my God, you talk about infuriating. My blood pressure can get cranked up pretty quickly. Especially with really jerky people. So in the South, people don't knock on doors. What they do is they blow their horn, and they expect you to come out to them. Okay? So I heard this horn blow. I'm out in back of the house. I heard this horn blow. And apparently the role player went out and see these people, answered whatever questions they had or whatever, and the role player goes back into his side of the house and what have you. The people decide that they're going to turn around. Well, we've got a large piece of property and it's open, and I hate people turning around on my lawn. So I put these posts in going up my driveway, and I made sure that the posts were something like they're 16 feet apart from each other. Okay, so which is substantial. The center line of a road to the edge of the road is 10 feet. Okay, so all of a sudden I hear this crash, and I look back, And here's
Stop.
this woman that's trying to back her damn car up, and she backs over a metal bird bath that we have there and
Stop.
destroys it. By the time that I walk out to her, she pulls off from the bird bath and tries backing up again, apparently without looking, and backs over these driveway markers that I have. And I am furious at that time, because that's the whole point of these driveway markers, is to get people to stay on the driveway and stay the hell off the lawns. And so I walk out, and I'm pissed about it. And she rolls down the window, and I says, "What the hell is the matter with you? Do you have your license to drive? And if you do, you shouldn't be behind the wheel." And I can be a real jerk when it comes to things like that. And so I'm just really laying it on her. And I said, "Look, dig out your insurance information. Let me have your insurance information. I'll call them on Monday morning, and we'll talk about property damage with the insurance company." And she says, "No, I'm not going to give you that information."
That is a hit
And
and
I
run.
says, "Well, let me tell you something. One way or another, you're going to give me that information." And I said, "I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it easy. I'm going to call the cops." So I did. I called the cops. And meantime, I walk out into the driveway, and I stand between the markers that are the posts that I have on my driveway and her car, so she can't leave unless she wants to run me over. So I call the cops. They say they're going to come on out. And ultimately, while the waiting is going on, the guy gets out of the car and says, "Hey, look, I got to go to work." And I told him, I says, "Clearly, that's your problem, not mine. I'm retired." And then a few minutes later, he gets back out of the car and he says, "Listen, I got to go to work. Did you call them?" He says, "Call them back and find out where they are." And I said, "I'll tell you what, I got a better idea. You call them and find out where they are." And so I'm still standing there in the middle of the driveway, and probably maybe as much as 15 minutes, somewhere between 12 and 15 minutes later, the cops show up in the driveway. And I tell them what's going on. They go over to the people. They get all of the information out of them and what have you. And they bring me back all of the information minutes later. But I walk up to the car before they leave, and I says, "I told you we were going to get the information one way or the other. Don't you think it would have been a lot easier for you to give me the information in the beginning, and your husband or boyfriend or whoever he is could have been to work on time? But instead, no, you had to play hardball, and this is what's happening. And now I can tell you that I'm going to call the insurance company, and I'm going to be looking for the maximum price possible. And instead of me fixing it, I'm going to make sure somebody else comes out and fixes it so that it runs the price up even higher, and that's on you, not anybody else. In fact," I said, "what if I were you, I'd probably go down and surrender my license, because you shouldn't be on the road. You're a hazard to everybody that you even come near."
So you're in a good mood?
That was the end of that story. All right, Jay, are you about ready?
I am about ready. Give me a sec.
Yes, I will. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit to my pony right here and myself. So that's a little bit of the life that I was involved in yesterday. And I just can't believe it. People come on up through, and they think that they can use the lawn as a parking lot to turn around because nobody has a rear view mirror. They can't back up. They don't know where the hell they're going. They don't even turn around and look. They just drive back and say, "Oh, well, that's okay. Now I can go forward."
Crazy. Do you have, are you at the end of a cul-de-sac or something? Why are people, coming down your driveway?
Well, I've got my driveway's probably 300 feet long, 200 feet long, something like that, and it's a windy driveway that goes up through. I've had delivery trucks, out there on the lawn, rutting it all up. I've had people back into the carport that's out there for, the role players' car and what have you. They do everything. I mean, the worst drivers in the world live in the South. I can promise you that.
I'm ready
You
anytime you
haven't
are.
gone through Portland.
All right,
Portland.
now Jay is ready. All right, Jay. 3. Wait a minute. Hold on. I got to make sure my timer's up. It is. 3, 2, 1, go.
Go, Jay.
All right, Jay is off. Jay is off, and there's a cart right there. Jay's going to throw him out of his cart. He did throw him out of his cart. There's nobody around to contest the fact that Jay stole this cart, and Jay is off. There's not even a shot fired. Not even a shot fired. Jay is on his way out of Saint Denis, and he's negotiating his way around to get onto these railroad tracks. He's going to use these railroad tracks once again. He damn near run that guy over in town, probably just as well that he didn't. That guy could have broken one of the wheels on his cart, and he would have been screwed right from the very beginning. But nonetheless, Jay is off. He just misses that pole right there by just a small distance. Probably looked like the guy that the woman that come up my driveway yesterday.
You should have just
And
picked.
in any event.
You should have just picked the broken bird bath up and sent it through her back window and say, "Okay, see you later."
Oh, they had a nice little car. They had a new Honda Accord. Geez, those Honda Accords these days are nice and sleek looking, nice looking vehicle, and what have you. And surprisingly enough, she backs over this bird bath was a metal bird bath, broke it all to hell, and I see it, jammed up underneath her car. But when I looked at the back end of her car, it never left a mark on it. I don't know how that's possible. But, all right, Jay's over one bridge, crossing that little water inlet right there, and he's running down the tracks. He's headed towards Rhodes, he is. And he has an open cart. Now this open cart may be a little bit quicker. Maybe they run the same kind of speeds as a cart that has a canopy on it, but one would think that the canopy would collect air and it would be a little more strenuous for the horse, and therefore the wagon might actually go a little bit slower. And Jay's laying the reins to this horse. He's back and forth on these tracks. He's all over the tracks down here. He hit a little bit of an area right there. Sent that cart into the air just a short distance. Easy to control, but nonetheless, it did create a little bit of air. And we're through Rhodes right here at the station here in Rhodes. No train coming at this point. Where will that train come? Will it come into play at all? And Jay is sticking to the tracks here.
Man, I hope I don't crash. I'm really nervous about it now.
All right, just, sometimes slowing down is actually speeding things up. So you do what you got to do. And right across one trestle. This one's a wide one. This is a wide trestle right here, as is this one right here. This is a wide one, and it's got some good guardrails on the side, so probably no real big problem there. This is a little short trestle, but it has the little guide beams that run along the edge. Oh my goodness! Oh, I thought he was going off that trestle.
Oh, no.
Well, technically he did. Oh my goodness, what's going on? Jay's got to back this horse up. He came to a rather steep incline right there, and the horse decided it's not going up over it. Jay had to back that horse up a little bit and go to a less inclined area of that hilled area. He is back on the tracks again, right back up to speed once again. We're headed towards Flatneck Station. Jay is moving on at a really decent clip. He's moving on at a really decent clip. Now if he can stay on. Oh my goodness, I thought he was going over right there. My word, that wheel was right on the edge. I'll bet he didn't have 1 inch to spare. What's going to happen here? All right, he's looking good right there. He's got it back under control. Another clean. There we go. Across he goes. Oh my word, that wheel, I'm telling you, that I swear I see air under that wheel. All right, but he's over those little trestles that could cause so much trouble. The ones that have a little bit of a curve in them. Here's one last one right here. If he can get through here, he's going to be in pretty darn good shape. Right?
I just saw the train veer off to the left.
I didn't see it, but I heard it. It probably headed off towards Valentine, circle around towards Valentine, through Flatneck Station. And by hearing that train heading on over to Valentine, oh, a little bit of air right there on two little areas of the tracks. Jay is now headed on to Barge Crossing. And here he goes. He's pretty comfortable going across Barge Crossing, knowing full well that that train just passed through Flatneck Station and is headed over towards Valentine. So he's pretty much guaranteed that there will not be another train right there at Riggs Station. He's got a good run going right now. And let's hope that he can hold on to it. And I'll give you a little bit of an update here once we hit the Great Plains area. And there's Jay right there. All right, he's going to go right by the station. Right by the station. Right by the water tower. Oh, he clipped that pole going bushwhacking onto the trail. Right by the old Joe up here, I believe it is. And now he's going to be crossing the lower Montana via the bridge. There was no wagons on the bridge. There very well could have been. There was the other day, for I believe that it was, I'm not sure whether it was Chris or Brian Smotnick, that the wagon was on that bridge and created a little bit of a delay. There's a wagon right in front of us, and Jay passes that wagon quite quickly and quite professionally on the right-hand side. Down over the hill he goes, ready to cross and splash the water of the lower Montana. He's into the water, he's out of the water, and he's now into the Great Plains that are above the town of Blackwater. Across he goes, and you can see Broken Tree right up there. Here's a small herd of horses that don't appear to be a problem for Jay Shredder. He is able to stay to one side of those horses and have no issue whatsoever. All right, and you can see it right there. I'll give you the time once he goes by Broken Tree. That can be a key point for players in the future to kind of judge their time. And right here, just a casual time is 8 minutes and 18 seconds is what he's been running at this point. I think that that's pretty fast for where he's at. That's just my opinion. Whoa, he hit that rock, and that left wheel took some air time. That could have broken a portion of the wheel out, or even a spoke, which could have been somewhat of a handicap for him. Not so right now. There he is. Down over the hill he goes. He's looking for that bushwhacking time once again. Any time that you can create some bushwhack time and get away with it comfortably, professionally, so to speak, that's to your favor. That's going to certainly reduce your overall time. However, if you run that risk and it doesn't work out well for you, it could actually be a detriment to you, and it could cost you some serious time. So you need to, choose your area of bushwhacking carefully, or like Scarlett, not, and just have it work out for you. So it's a risk. It's a risk you take. And she got to the point where she was in such trouble that she risked everything, anywhere she could. And ultimately, in the end, it paid out. Across the lower Montana we go, and right by that other little cart that's right there. And Jay made it past that cart without any trouble. The guy spoke to Jay, but Jay just kind of, he wasn't paying attention. He was concentrating on what he was doing, where he was going, and how he was going to get there.
Yeah, my practice run went way smoother yesterday.
Well, I'll tell you, you had a pretty good practice run this morning, having to start it over because of some fool that didn't start the timer. All right, through McFarland's Ranch. Now, mind you, folks, you can pick any route that you want. The picking of the route is entirely up to you. Go where you want, how you want. The point is you got to get there before everybody else as far as the clock is concerned. And if you choose the wrong route or you run into trouble because of the route that you took, well, it's on you. And it leads me to believe that your time might not be as good as it could have been had you been a little more careful with the route that you chose. But then again, a lot of it is just based upon coincidence. Coincidentally, as Jay Shredder is riding down into the canyon right here, out at Hennigan Steed, he doesn't have any trouble with bounties. But oh my goodness, this is the same place that he wrecked earlier. This is the same place that he wrecked earlier. The wagon is down. The horse is down. He's on foot. What's a cowboy to do? You know, he's looking. He's on foot, and he's at least running towards his destination with hopes of finding either a cart or a horse to get him to the next his next point. The next point that that will be going by is Armadillo. He will look for a horse or a cart in Armadillo to finish out his trek towards the stable over in Tumbleweed. And as we can see, he's going to be a tired cowboy time he gets to where he needs to be to grab a horse. I'm sure he was hoping that there was going to be a bandit camp right there coming down off from that little rise within the canyon. There wasn't this time. There was the last time. He could have stolen a horse and been off and running. But instead, what he's doing is he's running. If he's definitely running, but it's on 2 legs. You know, not on 4 legs.
Can't believe that I made it through there every other time, and all of a sudden 2 times in a row.
Boom. It happens.
And I was being careful that time. I slowed way down.
Really?
Yep.
It damn sure didn't look that way, Jay.
Well.
Yeah, listen, it's, like I say, it happens. And then there are other times, I'll tell you what, you could put those carts like 10 feet in the air and they come down just cruising. They're just going. All right, what is Jay going to do here? What is he going to find here? He is still capable of being able to turn this around. All right. All right, there's a cowboy off to our right. Into Armadillo we go. There's very little ever in Armadillo in the way of, whoa! In the way of carts or wagons. I think they need a stoplight at that intersection.
Sorry, I just really wanted to get a wagon.
Yeah, I know you were looking for one for sure. And we could find one along the trail. It could happen. All right, it's 1:47 p.m., 66 degrees right down here at Cholla Springs, right down here in New Austin area. And you can see that there's a little bit of dust in the air down this way. Lots of riders down this way. We didn't even hear you. Couldn't hear you, fellow. We're just getting by you so quickly. Yes, we did. All right, we'll redeem a lot of those requests once we get this race in and completed. Although I can tell you, it looks like we're going to be running over in time as far as our stream goes, and that's okay. We're here for the duration. We're here for as long as it takes. And we got a new follower right there coming in to join us. Pentastar, it looks like. All right, here comes Tumbleweed. Tumbleweed is ahead of us at this point. All right, now Jay is going to have to go into the stable and switch out horses. And he was able to get by that wagon just fine. And here he is going into the stable. While he's into the stable, I'm going to go ahead and feed my horse. And there's a couple of people up there on the hill, up there on the that's funny. Oh, listen, I could take and just shoot his hat off. I won't try. I'm afraid I might hit him in the head. Yeah, there he is. That's No Rizzy Chris up there with Scarlet Bee on top of the stable roof. And here comes Jay right now. Here he comes, Jay Shredder. He's going to be headed to Armadillo. Looks like he's getting himself a waypoint.
Working on it.
Get it, Jay.
Fucking waypoint didn't come up.
Losing a lot of time here. There he is. He's off.
Go, Jay.
All right. Go, Jay, go.
Well, I can't just
Jay's
ride my
running
horse
for-
everywhere I go and expect to win. I mean, I gotta get some time up somewhere. I mean, because obviously I can't drive a fucking cart. Pardon my language.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Went
well.
right past it.
All right. Jay is headed for Armadillo. Now, when Jay gets to Armadillo, he's going to have to go into the corral that's there in Armadillo. He's going to have to service his horse. And servicing his horse means that he's going to have to pet it, feed it, and brush it. Once he's done petting, feeding, and brushing his horse, he has to take the horse by the lead. And once I see that he's got a hold of the lead, then I'll give him a 5 count. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, etc. When I'm ready to say 5, instead of 5, I'll just say go. And that'll be the equivalent of a 5. And he'll be off and running. And then he will be running towards McFarland's ranch. And there's 3 cowboys on the trail right up there. And
Oh, I wanted to shoot the
past
gap
them he
too.
goes. Yeah. I refer to that as thread the needle. And we've got a storm coming up. We've got some thunder and lightning off there in the distance. Who knows? Jay might get hit by lightning. I mean, it could happen.
That'd be our luck today.
Right?
All right. Right there, you can see Jay. Here comes the train. The Blackwater Express. Oh, I thought he hit that telephone pole. The way that horse moved on out around that pole, it was funny.
Just trying to make it a little exciting.
Oh, I'll tell you what you are, Jay. All right, look at the lightning strike up there over the mountain. Into the corral he goes. Is that lightning going to spook the horse? I don't know. Jay is into the corral. He's off the horse. He's going to feed it, pet it, and brush it, and then he's going to lead it.
Not letting me do nothing.
Oh, he's bad, Jay.
I'll brush it. Oh, I gotta
He's having a
calm
little
him
bit
down.
of trouble. Yeah, the horse is a little spooked on this lightning and all. He's got to calm the horse a little bit. He's petting it right now.
Feed.
Okay.
Or that was brush, feed. Come on. Feed, feed, feed. Pat.
Looks like you've done it a couple of times, Jay.
Just trying to be thorough.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. Go, Jay! He's on his horse. Oh, he broke the fence trying to get over it.
So, Jay.
Well, that's all right. He got over it. He broke 2 rails going over the fence. And Jay is off and running. And it looks like Jay is going to ride right back through Pike's Basin over that way. And they move on up through to McFarland's Ranch. Now, at McFarland's Ranch, he's got to go into the corral, and it's got to be the corral that has the inner corral, the smaller inner corral, and then he has to enter that inner corral, and once he enters the inner corral, then he can once again service his animal by petting, feeding, and brushing, and then lastly, he will lead the horse once again, whereby I will give him a 5 count, and then once that happens, he'll be off and running towards the Blackwater stable, where he will change out his horse and head for Valentine. Through Pike's Basin we go. Oh! Almost interference right there on my part. Jay had some rocks to hurdle here. It almost looks like he got a little bit lost.
I did.
All right, so he got a little bit lost, a little bit off trail, so to speak. Oh my goodness, he just went around in a gigantic circle. he just went around in a gigantic circle. Well, I'll tell you what, now he's going to have to really take and make up some time. Good job, Jay. I'll tell you what, that damn GPS, you can't count on it for 1 minute now, can you?
Nope.
That was the best day.
I don't know what
ever.
the hell I was doing there.
I gotta tell you, folks, the GPS in real life is no different. It's the same. It'll run you around in circles sometimes.
The only thing
Bet
that
the head on that.
would've made that better is if there was a bird bath for you to hit, Jay.
Exactly. You know, I feel bad about losing my bird bath because that was the bird bath that that a vulture was taking a bath in one day when I come home.
Oh, cool.
And I'll tell you what, the vulture was as big as the bird bath.
Yeah, those things are enormous.
They are. They're gigantic. And, you know, see, down here in South Carolina, the Department of Transportation doesn't clean up any dead animals on the side of the road. They leave them for all of the buzzards.
Yeah, the buzzards are good garbage, good disposals, man.
Yeah, they are.
And they're free of charge.
Yeah.
Free of charge. No manpower invested. All right, Jay is headed down into McFarland's Ranch. The train is pulling out.
Come on, Jay.
Oh, let's see. Had he kept going, he would have missed that train completely. It could have saved him a moment or two. Jay's going over the fence into that inner corral, Jay. Into that inner corral. There he goes. He's got it. He's on the inside of the corral. He's off his horse. Now he's going to brush, feed, and brush, feed, and pet his horse, and then he will lead it.
Chet's wearing to go, Jay.
And let's see. I'm waiting for him to take that reins and walk the horse. One Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. Go, Jay, go! On the horse he is. Over one fence, over another fence. Somebody's dying back there. I heard a mighty ah! Somebody was taking it hard back that way.
That was me jumping off the tower.
Now, Jay actually went the back way around McFarland's ranch, headed towards the lower Montana. And probably a good thing. I don't see that this is a bad way. He might have saved a step or two. Hard telling, not knowing, as they say here in the South. All right, but look at that. He crashed his horse. Coming over the edge. Trying to do some bushwhacking. Back on the horse he goes. Let's hope he don't fall into the lower Montana here. You know, he could drown, by golly.
Who said you're not supposed to drink and ride horses?
I'll tell you what, Jay. You're really giving us something to go for. All right, through the shortcut. I'll tell you what.
Oh, no.
You know, Jay, did you have any bad dreams about this, before the actual race?
I had a horrible run yesterday, a couple of different times.
I don't know. I think
Alright.
it went smoother, Jay.
All right.
Well, I ain't had to get any gunfights yet, so I don't know. I still might be in good shape. I'm not sure. If I could quit
All right,
hitting X.
Exactly. All right, you can see that there's a rescue the buyer out there. But guess what, folks? That buyer's not standing a chance of getting rescued today. And we're through the plains. It's evening hours. The moon is out. And what that's telling me is that he can't be too awfully far off from the time, because other people that have begun the race at 6 a.m. in the morning, we crossed the Great Plains into Blackwater with the full moon and in the evening hours. Now, exactly how deep into the evening hours we are, I can't say, but nonetheless, it seems like that he's not that far off on time, if at all.
Now I got to switch horses.
Now
And
you're
then
going to go in
to
and just switch
Valentine.
horses. And you're headed towards the Valentine stable. And we have a couple of spectators here. Where the hell are they? Look at that. Up on the roof again? Ah,
there.
my goodness.
Stable's not
All
working
right.
again.
What a horse!
What?
Yep.
Oh,
What the heck?
did you guys do...
Oh, it's because of the rescue the buyer that's out there.
You want me to go
Oh, here.
kill it?
No,
Oh,
I'll
it's
just
too late
I'll
now.
just get off. I'll brush my horse, feed it.
All right,
and then-
close enough, Jay. You would have been out of that stable by now if it was working. Get on
Yeah.
that horse and ride.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go
Anyway,
for it.
That's the funniest thing I've seen all day.
Need a waypointer.
But,
I ain't going nowhere.
I said just leave me alone.
Somebody,
Go,
something
okay?
tripped
I'll do
that
anything rash.
that rescue the buyer, and that keeps locks the stable up. Jay's head.
Got business I don't know about.
All right, Jay is off. Maybe Jay don't want to be off.
yeah.
All right, here we go.
Jay.
Jay's doing a good job feeding his way across the Great Plains right here, getting back on target. There was a lot of boulders there that he could have been involved with some sort of a mishap with, but he was able to negotiate those pretty easily and keep on his route towards Valentine. All right, he's going to cross the upper Montana the hard way. But like so many others have done, I personally would be a little bit afraid of going in this direction because of all of the problems that there are. There's a lot of things that are in the way that can cause you some serious trouble. Like these boulders and making this 90-degree, well, more than a 90-degree turn. And then across a segment of the upper Montana again, meeting an individual on the trail, negotiating through these tall pines. And you can hear the train over at Riggs Station.
Oh, shoot.
Oh! All right, Jay decided that he was going to change directions right there at Riggs Station. He's going to run the tracks at this point. He's going to cross Barge Crossing. The train is behind us. The train will never catch us. The train's not that fast, and it's got a slow start in any event. Right there, Jay is in the middle of Barge Crossing right now, and he's running as hard as he possibly can. Now, if that rescue the buyer is still up, what I'm going to have Jay do is I'm going to have him just pull up in front of the stable and get off his horse and service it without having to lead it, and then get back on his horse and go. That will take approximately the same amount of time.
I would think so.
Through Flatneck Station and on towards Valentine. And we're just a short distance outside of Valentine right now, and we're making way.
Come on,
As you
Bessie.
can see, I took and got right directly behind Jay so that he was cutting some air for me, and I was able to close the distance right there. Okay, the rescue the buyer is still up, Jay. So what I was going to have you do is just pull up in front of the stable, pet, brush, and feed your horse. Unfortunately, you're going to have to use this same horse, but it's the equivalent of going in and changing them out. I'm sure that you can go ahead and, yep, rescue the buyer is still up, so go ahead and do that. Bail off, brush feed, and pet your horse, and you're out of here.
No, come back. Where are you going?
What the?
Can you
His
call?
horse ran off on him. His damn horse ran off on him.
Get down.
Can you believe that?
Just call a different
I've
horse.
never seen anything like it.
They get a different
I'll
horse.
tell you what. It's one thing to have your horse run off on you, but he just stepped off the horse ready to pet it, to feed it, to brush it, and the horse took off. I mean, took off. That is bizarre.
That's had enough.
I don't even know that he'll be able to get this horse back.
Go, Jay.
There he is, right
Go-
there.
go,
He's
Jay.
got a
Just
horse.
go, Jay.
Just go.
All right.
Just go.
Yep. Absolutely. Jay's off.
Bye, Jay.
Damn.
What a clusterfuck. I swear to
Right?
I'll tell you what, you're right about that. Scarlett named it aptly. All right, Jay's feeding his horse along the trail. Oh, Jay, I'm telling you.
Oh, no, come on now.
Oh, no. Oh, he goes.
Oh,
All right. Through the water he goes. All right, he's got to turn up. He's got to turn right instead of left. There is a trail right here that he can get up over on. I need to be able to find and see it myself. It looks like he rode by one of them. Okay. He's going up another one right here, so no problem. Now I'm having trouble getting onto it because of the fog and all. But I've got an idea that I'll be able to catch up with Jay.
There's really no doubt about that, I don't think.
Something is going to interfere here. I'll tell you what. But this is what it's all about. It's all about a few laughs, a little bit of fun, that type of thing. It's nice to be able to win a couple of these along the way. And listen, Jay has certainly won his share, so he's still hanging in there. And he's hanging in there because he's cowboy strong. Yes, he is. And he knows he's not going to surrender. He's going to just play it out. And he's headed up to Barrow Lagoon. Barrow Lagoon is where he's headed. He's going to run into the shack up that way, and he's going to holler out, "Where the hell is everybody?" And then he's going to come outside, and he's going to service his horse. He has to brush, feed, and pet the horse, and then he has to lead it. And then from there, he's going to head on up to Adler Ranch. There he is in front of the cabin. You can see him running in.
What the hell is everybody?
All right, there he is back at his horse. He's going to pet it. He's going to feed it. He's going to brush it. And then he's going to lead it for a 5 count.
Won't prompt me to won't let me do it.
Guess what, Jay? You got troubles then. You got
I know.
more troubles. All right, he's having trouble. His horse won't let him. Are you sure that's your horse?
Yes, I am. You'll just have to give me an 8 count on the or 10 count
right.
on the lead.
I say 5, 3, 4, 5. Go, Jay. Go, Jay. Go. Oh my God. Jay, you don't have to worry. Just go.
I know.
Just go. Just
Am
go.
I already past the time? Like, should I just give up? Or?
No, you're not.
Oh.
You don't give up. I know
Yeah,
you don't give up.
what the hell's the matter with you?
Yeah, what the hell?
Well,
Somebody been talking to you?
I don't have my Turkmen for the 3rd leg.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I could have switched them out faster than that.
That's true. And, you are right about the Turkmen. The Turkmen does way better in the snow than any other horse that's in the game.
I'm just sticking to the trail now because I don't dare do any shortcuts.
Well, I don't blame you.
I'm just trying to finish.
I'll tell you what, Jay. I think at this point, all the shortcut in the world isn't going to help you any. Oh, goodness. Oh, well, I'll tell you what.
Oh, I thought I was doing
Jay.
good. Can only be about 29 minutes so far.
Jay,
Oh.
you
What?
have to be able to beat that craptacular time of clusterfuckery that
Yeah,
happened
I
this
mean,
morning. Like, come on.
No worse than I was. I didn't even know where the fuck I was going the last part. So you have to beat my time at least.
The plan I had in my head just went out the window. I just decided to put markers up and stay on the freaking trails.
Well, here's the nice thing about it, is regardless of how well or how bad you do on your first attempt, you can always run a second shot at it. And, if that's the case, we will make time to get these in, because these are a lot of fun. They're a lot of laughs. And, I never expected. You got a cramp there, Jay? You got a
Getting
cramp
there.
in that left shoulder?
I'm getting one.
All right. All right, here he goes. He's trying to get back on trail right now. There you go. Jay's back on trail. Yeah, we can always run a second attempt, and because look at it this way, this is a good experience run for you, Jay. You can chalk it up to that. All right, we're closing in on the Adler Ranch right now. Jay is probably thankful for that.
I'm getting there.
Come on, Jay.
I'll tell you what, though. This is what you call a no surrender attitude, and he's just, trudging on.
So when I get to I put the horse in the stable. Do I gotta feed it or anything, or just?
Yeah, before you put it in the stable, you have to feed it, brush it, and pet it, and then you take it right into the stable. You do not have to walk it. I think Jay's got seizures going on here.
I
What is?
am
What
hitting
are you
all
doing?
kinds of buttons.
What is happening?
Yeah, what the hell is that all about?
Well, I thought one of them was the nitrous, but apparently it's not.
Oh, here they go. Here you go, Jay. You're
All right,
home.
here we go. We are at Adler Ranch. Go to the barn that's out in back of the ranch. And when you get into the barn, pet service and feed and brush your horse, and then take it into the stable. You can either walk it in or you can ride it in.
Oh.
All right, that's okay.
Brush.
You can do it that way. That works for me.
Feed.
And then from here,
Pat.
you're going to take and run into the house and say, finally, home sweet home, and I stop the timer. All right, there he goes. He's running for the house. He's probably damn glad the house is here.
Thank you, Lord Jesus, home sweet home.
All right, time is Oh, that is beautiful.
Man.
That is beautiful, Jay. I'll tell you what, my friend, that was a lot of fun. It might not have been fun for you, but it damn sure was fun for the rest of us. That's
Well, that's
all I
good.
can tell you. Man, oh man.
What was my
that
time?
was something else. Your time,
36:50.
was 42 minutes, 23.11 seconds. But listen, Jay, one thing is for sure. You deserve the clap. You deserve the clap. And there you have it. Now, Jay, let's just think here for a minute. Think about the beginning of the race, the middle of the race, the end of the race. And go ahead and tell us what your thoughts are about this race.
Not bad.
I don't know. Once I got going, all my plans just went on. It was like I didn't know where I was, what I was doing. I just wanted to stick to the plan and try and finish.
All right, now let me ask you something. Do you think that what we need to do here for future races is have any kind of drug testing prior to and thereafter?
I think so, yes. I don't think I should.
Because it seemed like, Jay, that you were just going around in a circle back there in those trees, kicking your legs, kicking your arms. I thought you were having a seizure of some sort while on top of the horse.
My hand
I'll
was
tell you
numb.
what.
I couldn't feel my fingers hitting the buttons, but I must have been hitting every other button but the one I was supposed to.
Oh, goodness. Oh, that cold.
I'm with
let's see, I'll
Al.
tell you what.
More drugs, the better.
Well, there you have it right there. Folks, what the hell am I going to write down here? 42 minutes. Oh, goodness, looking back at this race in my mind's eye, it's funny. 42 minutes, 23 seconds. It's 11.
What? That'd put me on a JV team.
Oh, that's Oh, Jay, if I hadn't have seen, I have it pop into my mind. You flailing all around. on your horse back there in the trees. Oh, I thought to myself, what the hell is he trying to do?
Oh, Al's coming after you, Jay.
Oh, goodness, that was funny. Oh, my word. Oh, goodness. I'll tell you what.
It was like rowing, you know. I was trying to like get some.
Trying to row his horse onto Adler Ranch. Goodness. Oh, that's
Your
too
horse,
funny.
like,
Oh.
yeah, T-Bone, yeah, Bones was right. That your horse telling you to fuck off and leaving you is pretty funny.
Listen, the fact of the matter is, Scarlett, I think everything in this race told him to fuck off. All the trees, all the canyons, all the bushes, the horses, oh, the carts, everything. Oh, Jay, you were definitely the bug today. Oh,
It was
goodness.
still fun.
Yep.
Best
The only
time
thing,
ever.
the only thing I didn't break or crash was the game.
Oh, goodness. You know, and then you know, when you went into the barn, I was outside the barn trying to catch up with you, and I wasn't that far behind you. I hear this, ugh! It's like you ran into the gate when you were inside the barn that goes to the stable. Oh, God. Oh, my word. That's funny.
Well, I like my
Oh,
horse. I like my horse to be securely in the stable.
It was. I'll tell you what, it's one of those deals whereby I'll go back and I'll say, if I want a good laugh, if I'm really down, I'm going to mark this video. I have to watch it over and over again.
God, I hope.
Oh, my word.
I hope you clipped it and put it to the Benny Hill song.
Oh, goodness. Oh, well, it's there. Thank you so much for participating, Jay. That was really a lot of fun. And the fact of the matter is you did not give up and you did not surrender. That was awesome. Oh,
Well,
word.
thank you.
I got to go back. I got to go back to camp on this one. Oh. Oh, here's my horse up wobble. Ah, that's funny. Oh, my goodness.
Hey, cowboy, can
Let's
you
see
do me
what
a
we're gonna
favor?
do. Yeah, I will, sure.
Can you lead me the hell out of here?
Oh, yeah. I can lead you out of here.
It's like
I got to
this
find out where I'm going.
Special Olympics of Red Dead today.
Oh. Come on, get through there. Yeah, we're back on the trail. Right now. Oh, word. That was well, Special Olympics is what it was.
I just got a fast travel over here.
Oh, good for you.
Get out.
I'll,
You guys
I'll
can have
just
it.
continue on with the trail. Let me know when you're gone. One of us can try and catch it.
Gone.
All right, I caught that wilderness camp right after Scarlett left. And here we are back at camp.
Hey, good to see you.
Oh, goodness, Jay, that was fun. At your expense. Thank you. All right, I'm going to head on over to my lockbox. I need a drink. See if I can collect one. Maybe I ought to buy Jay a drink.
You know what's
Then again,
horseshit? Jay
you-
didn't get shot one time. That's bullshit.
I know. He didn't run into a pack of wolves. He didn't run into, wagon issues. There was no problem at all. No problem at all. So, yeah, that's the way it goes, I guess. So, Jay, let me ask you something here. Do you have any intentions of running a second run at this?
I don't know.
Now, if you notice, folks, the last word that was out of his mouth was no. And I wonder whether he was spelling it K-N-O-W or just N-O.
He will. He'll do it again. No quitter.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. We got to do something, folks, to entertain ourselves. So this is what we do. Oh, let's see. Shamanistic, thank you very much for all of the blessings to everybody. So good morning to you. If you're still here, mind you now, and I hope that you are, golly gee willikers, I do, and everybody over there on YouTube. This is only the third morning that we've been streaming YouTube. And we had a little bit of difficulty getting it up today, and kind of like I do every day. But nonetheless, just kidding. Just kidding. You know, I got that little blue. In any event, what I was going to say is that we've got it pretty much straightened out, I think. And I got to tell you something. I had said to my good friend that I see every time I go to Columbia, T-Bones, I said to T-Bones, I want to do these certain things, but I need protection. I need to make sure that my unit is protected, my computer is protected, because I'm going to do some wild things coming right up. But I says I can't do it unless I've got that protection in place. And I said, do you know anybody that's a super whiz at computers that can, help me set this stuff up? The role player can figure it all out. He has no trouble figuring it all out, but I wanted to get it all done quicker, and I wanted to get it done without stressing him out, and I want to be able to make sure that everything is intertwined and working together hand in hand like it should be. So he says to me, he says, I know somebody. Let me talk to him. Well, apparently he talked to him, and he called me the other day, and we talked on the phone. And sometime in the near future, and near future could be a week, it could be 3 weeks, he's going to come down, and we're going to go over everything that I need to do. Now, when I was talking with him on the phone, I says to him, well, tell me, what are your qualifications? And this is what he says. Well, I work for Homeland Security. And so he has the super skills to be able to put everything in place like he needs to. And he is an IT guy for Homeland Security. So he's going to be, we talked about the security and what I need to get into place because of what I want to do. And he says that he didn't think there'd be any trouble in doing it whatsoever. So we've got a date with him coming up sometime in the near future. So we'll see where that goes. But in any event, the races are in. The races are done. Jay Shredder, what a time that was. Hope to see you in the race again in the near future.
Alrighty.
And right here, we're well beyond our stream time right here. So listen, I've laughed hard enough and I've worked hard enough to bring this together this morning that I need some time off at this point. So I want to thank everybody on YouTube for being here. I want to thank everybody on Twitch for being here. I want to thank everybody on TikTok for being here. I hope you all finish out the weekend in a real healthy manner. Probably better than Jay just finished out his race. And I say stay well, stay safe. Adios, amigos. We'll see you next week where we're going to have 3 more days of enduro racing. So we'll see you then. And we'll see you then and we'll see what happens. Stay well, stay safe. Adios, amigos.
Thanks, Carl.